So good morning, everybody. My name is Past District Governor Thelma Batilo of District 4C6. Thank you for coming. I'd like to call this seminar workshop to order. We call on Second Vice District Governor Alan King for Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise. Put your hand over your right heart.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'd like to call on Zone Chair Jerry Stasco for the hymn. God bless America.
God bless America, the land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the light with the light from above. From the mountains, through the prairies, through the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you. Please be seated.
No invitation?
Those who want to stand, right? Let me call on First Vice District Governor Linda Piesi for the invitation.
Please bow your heads, perceive God as you see him in your hearts, and let us pray together. Lord of Lions, make our spirits rejoice that we have gathered today. Grant that this be a time of oneness, that we may better serve the good of all. Let the things we do be done not in vainglory, but in humility and with a servant's heart. Bless those that cannot be among us and increase our numbers that we may better serve. Amen.
We welcome us, the District Governor of 4C6, Rick Silveria.
Thank you, immediate Governor Thelma. First of all, I want to thank, and this is a great crowd. When I woke up this morning, I wasn't sure how many people would be here, but this is a great crowd and great mixture. I'm glad to see so many different districts here also. You know, in this day and age, we can't do things exactly the same way that we used to do them. And we need to really take a look at how we are going to promote our organization. And one of those ways is through specialty clubs. So today is a fantastic opportunity for us to learn more about specialty clubs and to find out what it takes to put one together and how we can promote our organization to the rest of the community. This weekend I was just with the international president, and of course his concern is that membership in the United States continues to drop, and he's really concerned about that. There are only about 21,000 members difference between India and the United States. You know, Lions started in the United States. Of course, we want to promote it throughout the world. but we in the United States need to be leaders with this organization, and in order to do that, we need to take part and have membership. So specialty clubs is a great opportunity to do that. The North American Membership Initiative, we're going to hear a little bit about that today, and that's another way to grow our membership. So I want to thank you all for being here. Welcome to 4C6, and I thank all the presenters for putting on a great and valuable seminar today. Thank you.
Let me call on past Cabinet Secretary Christopher Miney, C6.
Thank you. I'm not really good at protocol, so if I make a mistake, come and yell at me after everything's all done. I'd also like to thank everyone who sent me bios for introductions. If I read those bios, we'd probably be starting the main business of the meeting somewhere around 3:30 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. So I'm just going to go through the names and titles. If you could stand up and say your district when I call you, so people know who you are and where you're from, that would be great. I will start with immediate past council chair Bob Stewart. Past council chair Liz Crook. Immediate past district governor Thelma Batilo.
Hey.
Immediate past district governor Doug White is listed. Okay. He's on. IPDG Barry Bielkowski. Not here. PG Esther Lee. I know you're here. PDG Kevin Patel. Not here. He's coming soon. PDG Nicholas. Still on his way. Having a haircut. PDG Rajen Thapa. PDG Les Mize. Not here. Not here. I don't see PDG Joe either. District Governor Rick Soleria. District Governor Mike O'Neill. Vice District Governor Joe Massoni. Vice District Governor Linda Pugliese. I know she's here. Second Vice District Governor Alan King. Second Vice District Governor Bon Garcia. Second Vice District Governor June Valera. And Second Vice District Governor Jim Varghese. Okay. And then I've got another, looks like 30 people. In the interest of time, I'm just going to say thank you all for being here. Linda. PDG Karen. Oh, yes, hiding back there is PDG Karen Fillmore. I'll turn this back to our host.
So that we don't miss anybody, I know that I have my guidance counselor and mentor, PDG Bob Younger.
Oh.
I know. Come on, $5 for that. But really, it was quite exciting putting this together. Thank you for being here. It was really serious because as you see, the food and the head count is important because we'd like to have a really good conference, that not so tight. And then we're being videotaped, and so watch what you say, right? Yeah. But I see new faces, and I'd really like to have them say some words, because before we get, because this is very important. The topic today is really what it gels together. We're all volunteers. We serve, and I'd like to really recognize those people that are here today. And some of them I really recognize, but I'd like to call on Specialty Club Coordinator C3, Lakshmi Chaudhary.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you so much. It's a very good opportunity for us to learn something. And we have some important people from District 4C3. So, Specialty Club Coordinator Manir Babu Shrestha.
Morning.
Past District Governor Rajen Thapa. Region Chair Barbara. President of Berkeley El Shatake. Region Chair Kofi Lama. President of Berkeley Annapurna Govind Shahi. Region Chair Bindu Sapkota. Am I missing someone or?
C3.
C3?
It won't raise. 4C3 is done.
Done, okay.
Thank you so much. 4C2, are you represented today? Yes, 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 yes. Very important.
Well, Dr. Shiri Tapapu is a member of Sausalito State Park. And that is also C2. And last but not least is my name, Big Rick, and I'm with C2.
So Rajen is the current president of Santa Rosa Customan what? Customan. Anyway, yeah. So let's see. Anyone else from? Oh, I know. I'd like to call on PDG Esther Lee to please call on C4 and the others that you have on your list.
We have with us today, I think you have heard about Dr. Yu Malera, and Dr. is here. This is a devoted Leo Lion member of our District 4C4. And his daughter belongs to the Leo District 4C4 as the treasurer. And we also have with us my partner in service, Bayo Milan Lee.
Yay!
And we do have with us starting a club for us, specialty club, Belay Wood. Welcome.
So the host district 4C6, I know that we haven't called on everybody. I'd really like to have you be recognized, and so especially that it was his birthday yesterday. Nelson.
Yeah.
Hi, Nelson. Tail twister of the C6. Benji Fernandez was at the registration, and this is Teresa. She's forming a specialty club for us. You met volunteer Jerry Snasko, and this is Mary Chris. You're going to be grouped together later, so you better memorize who are these people and make sure that you find a good partner, right? Okay, we have a new person here, Batilo. And the field executive, we have Thapa. Yes, yes. Well, we have. If you haven't met the couple of the year last year, this is it. 194. We have Sam Weitzman, we have Karen. Well, we have a new person here, Dave, from the Roaring
Cyber Line.
Roaring Cyber Line. And most especially our specialty club coordinator, zone chair from C6, Thapa. Yeah, Prakash, you're hiding there, huh? I know. Prakash Thapa, the charter president of Prakash Thelma from San Francisco Buddha, charter president. Everybody, did you memorize that? I do memorize those. So now the real nitty-gritty stuff now is about to start. If you need to go to sorry, Sunnyvale Everest. Thapa and Rajen Adhikari is the president. Rajen. And Sunnyvale Everest also, Thapa. But he is forming a new club for us too. Most important. Okay, I think we got everybody.
We do have one that's online, Kinabara.
Hey, online. And so let's see. Overview of the program. Past District Governor Esther Lee.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Good morning, live dignitaries, fellow lions and guests, and pardon the cold, I have allergies. So first of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming here to train on the specialty program. I'm sure that you would rather rest after a 2-week hectic 2 weeks. Welcoming the new year, but we consider you as the dedicated lions, and so let's give yourselves a hand. I would like to inform you that this program today, we would like to clarify some myths and items that are unclear to some of you about the specialty club program. We will show you and assist you on the completion of forms. We will inform you of the goals and function of the specialty club coordinators. We will assist you in the club formation. Most importantly, we will assist you how to charter a club. We have here 100 service ideas. We have on that wall some forms and some information that you may use for your club, or if you want some ideas, They're on that wall. So after our class, you might pick up a few of those forms because you might need them. You might not need all of them, but some of them are important. You will also work on a plan of action with deadlines and completion dates. So Ryan Thelma here, PDG Thelma was telling you about make sure who you're sitting with, because you will be forming a group later and working on that project. We will also inform you of the future plans of this program. And let me clarify something, that the program is called Specialty Club Program. A club being formed is a specialty club. And the appointees by Lions Clubs International are specialty club coordinator. So, we hope to answer all this in this workshop. So let's proceed. Thank you. Lion Thelma.
You can get back to microphone.
Oh, you mean,
I thought that you could go ahead.
PDGs and the microphones. So I would like to introduce our host and organizer, immediate past Vice District Governor of 4C6, Thelma Batilo. Thelma has been a Lion for 12 or 13 years now. I've sort of lost track. I discovered about that time that suddenly we weren't having date nights anymore. Let's go to a movie. No, I have a Lions meeting. Let's go hiking. No, I have a service project. So I joined Lions just so I could spend time with Thelma. I ended up going to meetings and engaging in service projects, and it's been very rewarding. I can't keep up with her though. I'm not sure where she gets all her energy. I think she must just live on burritos made with coffee beans. She's a progressive Melvin Jones Fellow. She's got a President's Award. I've lost track of all the awards and things, so I'm not going to go through it. She was recognized at the International Convention as one of only 20 district governors in the whole world who had a majority of the members who joined their district in their year were under age 40. She has been very dedicated to specialty clubs. She has chartered, I believe, 4 so far, and we've got more on the way in the district. I think if she keeps up at this rate, soon everybody in the South Bay area is going to be a Lion. So, and without further ado, I will turn the mic over to immediate past District Governor Thelma.
that one? Yeah. Which one? No, not that. The right button. Next one. The other button. The left button.
The other right?
The left button. There we go.
What is the Specialty Clubs Program? It was launched in August 2017, and as you can see here, what the idea was with all the membership drive and all that, the real reason why do we need members, right? To have more hands to serve. The community needs a lot, right? So that was done. So what we've decided is, instead of the slow thing where we went door to door, asking one for one to be a lion, what is a lion and all that, the new thing was launched in August 2017, a specialty club is to have a commonality with the membership. So culture, life experience, common cause, profession, or hobby. So, like me, for example, if not for, I so love my club, I'm so tired in the evening, going to the meeting and all that, but because they are my friends and I serve with them, I rush to the traffic to get there, okay? And I always say, President, can you please just have the meeting like 15 minutes? So I need to chit chat with everybody because I didn't see them for 2 weeks, you know? So things like that. And then all my friends and family ask me, what do I do on weekends, or what do, you know, so just like my partner in service here, Chris, had mentioned, right? To know what I do is exactly what it is with the specialty clubs. We want to form associations and clubs, and we call them specialty clubs for those people that will be forming together. So another reason why we want this specialty club be really a focus of a lot of people, of most people here, is because it's the diversity, okay? I'm an engineer. People ask me, are you a medical profession, in the medical profession because you're doing medical mission, you're doing all this? No, I'm scared of blood. You know, I wouldn't have met any one of you if not for Lions, because, you know, I'm in the engineering field, and I always look down and try to solve problems, right? So if not for that service, doing community work, you know, I wouldn't have met the Lions of the world. So that's one thing that we've talked about, is we feel that specialty club will unite our members. We meet each other with different backgrounds, but we want to serve. We want to serve the community. So this number is as of September 2019. These are the specialty clubs around the world. You'll hear it maybe once or twice during this day, and more so later on, is that your clubs, your current clubs right now, after we think about this specialty club, different groupings, if you feel that your club is a specialty, you certainly can change that. You go to my LCI and you put your specialty, okay? So before, we don't really put like a Maharlika or Film Club from C5. I see IPDG, Nick Maplico's here. Yes, hello. This is from C5. He was having a haircut from Sacramento. Or, sorry. Good morning, sir. So in those districts, in fact, in our district as well, we might have like a Filipino club but we never mentioned that as a specialty club. But actually, they can change that now as a culture, right? I mean, because Maharlika is culture club. Maybe Sampaguita is too. Not sure. But that's what it is. So those numbers might go up just because some people will change that. You can change it once a year. So if you change your mind, you can change it back next year. So again, we mentioned why specialty clubs. So we realize there's a lot of groups that that are underserved, right? So I look around, actually, you'll see during my year, I've given some home markers. It's a square metal thing that says a lion lives here. My idea was each house in my neighborhood should have a lion lives here. logo. So I know that there's a lion there. So if you still find you have a sticker of a lion and all that, you could probably put that in one of your windows so that I could see that there's a lion that lives there, you know? So how about that, right? Those are your neighbors. Yay, yeah. So I think that's a great idea. So in my community, of 60,000, I guess. Milpitas is, I think, 60,000 people. We have Milpitas Executive Lions Club, which members is 52, I believe, and we have Milpitas. Okay, I'm sorry. We chartered a specialty club, Milpitas Calaveras Hills Mustangs. It's composed of the teachers and the Unified School District of Milpitas. Yes, and they have a Leo club right away during their time. So because there's some students that are not 18 yet, and so they will be lion. They always ask, can we be a lion? Actually, we made a mistake and we had some of them register as lion, but actually they are Leo. So we had that, we cleaned that up, and that's pretty good. Now they're going to be 18 this year. Even they're in high school, they are going to be a lion. That's their ultimate goal. They wanted to be a lion. So anyway, so what we're trying to do is, no matter what you call it, but really think about it, specialty clubs, we need to feel each what the community needs, okay? So when you're thinking of what the community needs, who's gonna go with me when we're doing this? Who's gonna do that? One thing that IPDG Linda and I, when we walked the Italian town, or downtown San Jose, Italian town, there was a sign there that says, we would like to build a bocce ball court here. So that's one of the specialty clubs that we're trying to do. It's an Italian-American club, but their whole goal is a cultural club, but their whole goal is to be able to continue the heritage, Italian heritage of playing bocce. I'm going for that, right? Yes, so that's their community thing, and then we're going to do it projects with the San Jose downtown. So every year there's some disasters. We have food insecurities, what we call it, for some hunger, right? That's one of the focus for Lions Club International.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Here. Oh, did I press it
Yeah.
twice? Oh, yes. Okay. So so we have other things that we need to do. Gender inequality, and then diabetes, right? I think somebody was talking to me about this morning. Was I at the diabetes workshop? No, I don't think so. I'm trying very hard. My doctor told me that I'm pre-diabetic, so no carbs for me. So okay, so and then can I answer now?
Online.
Okay. Cancer. So in our district, we've been trying to get a formal project around pediatric cancer. And the good thing is that we have Zone Chairman Gall working at Stanford, and we're going to connect with that. Whether it's pediatric cancer or some sort of community that would like to offer their services to something about the health, diabetic program, information on diabetes, and all that. And then cancer. Of course, oh yeah, we had some vision screening last week, right? And then the environment. When I was in New Lion, we had Lincoln Tom, past international president, wanted to plant 1 million trees. The next day we had 1 million. Why? Because Lions is a 1.4 million around the world. If each one plants 1 tree, then we're done. Yay! And then you know, some of our members at that time planted a tree in their backyard. You know, so we're done, right? And some of us we didn't plant, but there are some people that covered for us, right? Some people planted 5 and 10 trees. You know? So this is it. So we have talked about this all the time. Why did you join Lions? You know, what's your passion? What's your advocacy? What's your cause? What do you like to do? That's exactly what our mindset should be right now. I need help. My group is not coming with me to this vision screening. So you meet new people there, the nurses there, the students there, everybody. And you just gotta be a little bit more clear on why you wanted them to be a Lion. Yeah, I think, you know, well, remember past international president Preston had mentioned, just ask. Yeah.
Nominated for recognition at the MD4 level. She has been recognized by 5 international presidents for her work, including presidential medal. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DG awards. She's chartered 3 clubs. Her work for the foundation, she's a 5-time Diamond MJF. Life member of Lions Eye Foundation, patron of Lions at Sight, Canine Companions, a fellow of the Student Speaker Foundation. I think that almost covers everything we've got going on in MD4 in terms of foundations. She has hosted Lions from around the world, from Australia, from London, the International Board of Directors, and is currently LCI Specialty Club Coordinator. And so I'm going to turn this microphone back to IPDG Esther.
Actually, my presentation is shorter than that. Okay. Okay, thank you. The topic this time is support. As a member or as a Lion member, we want to inform you that this vision is by past International Director Sanjay Hitan. Okay, this is his vision. And he has been here helping us put up clubs, whether it's San Francisco or in Berkeley, and we've met with him personally. And he is very focused on putting up all these specialty clubs. So he is our head honcho, AID Sanjay Hitan. And we have his information if you ever need them. Following him is Jean Ewert of the Specialty Clubs Program, and she's the specialist. Also, we have with us, where did he go? PDG, Rajen Thapa, who is our constitutional Area 1 person, Rajen. And then of course, we have IPDG Thelma, and a host of other specialty clubs coordinator that you can approach if ever you need help. I am in 4C4, I am real close, and you can talk to me. I've been doing a lot of mentoring in my district, and so I'll give you the time of the day. If you have a question, I'll try to help you. And first thing though, when you are looking for something, my first go-to is lionsclubs.org. That's the thing to go to. And then you put specialty clubs. That's how you search specialty clubs. And then from the specialty clubs, it can take you to a lot of topics. Forming specialty clubs, you need ideas, but sometimes these ideas just pop up or comes along when you are in a situation or at an event. It happens when you go to an event and you are talking about the weather, the food, you know, hunger, or whatever you see, or the current event of the day. So that's how you pick up on things. There was a time that my husband and me took this class. We are on a headhunting group, and it is called cold contact. So we were taught how to do opening and closing contacts. So if you want something, you start on a topic that's happening where you are at the time. And then make sure you carry with you your Lions card. You always have something to give them that, so you can follow up and make sure you ask for their card too, so you can follow up. But a reminder though, when you ask for their club, make sure you put in the back of this club, of this card, where you met them and something about the topic that you spoke about. It's easier to follow because sometimes I get this card, why do I have this? I don't know. So make sure you put a note at the back of the card that you receive. It's much easier to follow. With 100 service ideas, if you can pick any idea, there is this list that we have here for you. 100 of them, they're all in conjunction with all the projects of Lions Clubs International. So you can pick from that. So you work with the passion that you have in you. Like we have here a biker, you can be a bikers group. You know, they too can serve, not just bike. And when you do something like that, it makes your biking more meaningful because you're not just biking, but doing something for your community. So just think of that. It's sometimes you think of a project that's too hard and it doesn't pan out. Sometimes it just comes to you. You know, it's how you feel and how you feel with the people around you. And if they will gravitate to you towards this project, these are the people that you want to work with. Okay? And so, we will have a compilation of all the specialty clubs coordinator so that when you call us, if it's not in our area and you want really to work with somebody in your area, we will be providing you those information. So it is important that you sign up in front with your legible phone number and email so we can send you items that you have requested for, and we have the information for you. Okay. So, and the first thing that you do, aside from of course, the website, your president. Keep your president on his toes so that ask him the question, and maybe he'll find out for you what you need to know. But remember that like Thelma, myself, and IPDG, Rajen, Thapa will be here to serve you and support you and all your needs for the specialty clubs. Thank you. I'm not taking it this time.
So the card that I have shown you there, you can have it in your hip pocket, so you always have this idea of the specialty clubs and always in your mind. So again, we're gonna do another group together later on, but right now you wanna write down in your own notes if you're thinking of a culture that you want to form. Right now, I have a couple of Fiji people that wanted to form a Lions Club with. So if you have any connection with any of those, whether it's in your university, college, neighbor, and all that, I need help if you have some more connections with that. The other group that had asked is Tonga. So I'm not very good at geography, so I had to look at, what is Tonga the same as Samoa? And then I had to like, okay, Chris is kind of a whiz kid, so but I had to look at my maps of the world, right? So things like that. We are looking for those culture. They wanted to form a club that will help their culture here in the U.S. as well as their home country. Life stage. What is life stage? Life stage is, retiree. That's where you can also put the Leo to Lion. I've talked to the Korean club in San Jose, which is a Pioneer Lions Club. And I asked them, so what about your kids? And they said they don't want to join our club. Of course, I don't want to join your club either. They're very kind of very structured, and when you visit the Korean club in my district, they would do the first part in English, and then they said, Thelma, you can go now, or you can finish your food while we talk in Korean. So that's what it is, right? And then they have karaoke after, and I can't follow that. So those are the things, but I met their kids during the installation last year, and they're all like, I'm just here because my dad wanted me to be here, But certainly they're ripe and ready to form their own club. They have to own their own club because they don't want to follow their parents' Lions Club. So the other one is causes, like if some people are interested and want to support Alzheimer's, what else? Diabetes, pancreatic, kidney, and all that. Yeah, Parkinson's. We have, in that area where PID Bob Smith is, there is a foundation already that was formed. So that can be good. That could be the cause that will drive them to continue on, support Parkinson's information, disease, and all that, and then they can fundraise. We're going to talk about that, the Join Together program, okay? So just briefly on that, the Join Together program, the club, the organization that you're going to join the Lions, they have to be a foundation or in existence for 3 years. So if you have that kind of club, or for example, I know IPDG Gary Wong had talked about Toastmasters. He's from the Toastmasters. They form a Lions Club out of the Toastmasters. So how do you do that? We have a student speakers contest. We always invite the Toastmasters to judge. So then we can form a Lions Club mainly to support your area's student speakers contest level. And then, but of course they can't be judges anymore once they become a Lion. So, don't try to withhold them. No, you can't join the Lions Club because then I don't have judges. No, you can't do that. No, so that's one, and then the profession or education. So if you look at your card as well, anyway, so that's one. Okay, now the education, of course, engineering and nurses, realtors. Somebody had asked me, okay, so how did we become a Lions Club, right? How did we evolve into being a Lions Club? Is from Melvin Jones. Melvin Jones is an insurance professional, and then he realized that we have to give back to the community. So he talked to his business people, associates. They're a business circle in Chicago, and they decided that yes, we need to support and help the community. That's how we become Lions. Yeah. Melvin Jones is a insurance person. So you can do that with anything. I mean, real estate, for example. How do you? Yes, you're a business. Yes, you're for profit. Yeah, we all need those. Income generation, but to give back to the community as a real estate. And, the dentist, for example, how did we do that? The dentist, what we do is I always offer them at least one Monday or first Monday of the month or second Monday of the month. I'd like to have my dentist go to the school district and talk about dental hygiene. Teach the grade schoolers, dental hygiene, and what's in it for them? It's a volunteer work, 1 hour, 2 hours out of their day. They can choose Thursday if they want, if that's their day off. But what it is they'll meet the community, they'll meet the teachers, and have some value to the community. Vision screening, we do that with our Unified School District in Santa Cruz and all. One time, I think we had a Lions event, and there was optometrist meeting in Monterey. It's like, what's lions, you know? So now we have this idea, right? Where do you put your eyeglass boxes collection, eyeglass collection boxes? Those are the people. If they're not lion, if you don't see this plaque, this is a lion member. Do you have that? We have actually our lion member, if they have businesses. Actually, my dentist, I was just there 2 weeks ago. No, I had surgery. That he has his lion membership certificate in his lobby, in his office, waiting room. Yeah. So all the patients should be lions, right? Yes. So that's about the dentist and everything, optometrist and all that. So that's the profession or education. And I know Dr. Sherry is in the ethnic studies at San Francisco State U, right? And so think about those things, right? And sports or activity. So what happened at a USA Canada Forum for the first time this year, and we're going to repeat it. There's 2 sessions of Zumba. Yes, there's 2 sessions of Zumba. And of course, my best buddies, Thelma, you have to attend twice. What? Zumba. Anyway, so what happened is, what is that for? The idea is to have fun while this teacher and Zumba person, you cannot use Zumba because it's a trademark, right? But she is a teacher of Zumba, she's accredited, so she was able to use the word Zumba. But really it's a fitness class so that all of us lions, since we talk about diabetes and avoiding and all that crazy life of being a diabetic, Zumba is a good way for a healthy lifestyle. So we have a Zumba, fitness specialty club. Yeah, so we're forming that. And you can do that also. The way that I talked about that on the sports thing is, in the Philippines, there was a speaker there, IPDG in Milan. She had different clubs from sports. So the fitness club, all they wanted was to fundraise for this kid that is afflicted with cancer. So then when they finished fundraising, Zumba every whatever, and people come, then they decided they're going to be a Lions Club. Yeah, and their community community service focus is to fundraise for any cause that they want to support. If there's somebody there that needs, surgery, eye surgery and all that, they fundraise for that. That's their whole life now. And then the basketball team, what? Can we also fundraise for that kid? Yeah, okay. And they said, okay, yeah, we're gonna be a Lions Club too. So they did. They have a couple of Lions Club for based on that kind of situation. So if you have that, the soccer, remember the parents always ask us to support the soccer game and the basketball and the football. Yeah. I met in Santa Maria, this lady says, oh, you're a lion. And, okay, I would say, I'll say it. Well, we were in a brewery, yeah. So this lady, you're a lion. Yeah, I know, I'm visiting, I'm from San Jose, and I'm visiting Santa Maria. But she said, I know lions, because when my kid was in soccer, the Lions sponsored the shirt. Yeah, so she wanted to be a lion to support that. She's now a teacher in a city college in Santa Maria. Yeah, I gave her name to Paige. But things like that, things that would trigger you, this group on what are the Lions things. So again, in your notes, whatever thing inspired you to do that. There's actually one thing I wanted to talk about. I'd like to not surprise PCC Liz and PCC Bob, but I'd like to have them talk about the Vista Center. Bob, would you come up here and see what's your vision of that and how you will form that specialty club?
This is dangerous if you hand this over.
No. Can you count the minutes? We have time.
So I'm really interested in process and getting a lot of meat out of this session. And it seems to me that we're talking about what in terms of all of the different ideas for specialty clubs. And we've got paperwork here for the how to process once you come up with a specialty club. But of keen importance to me, because I've tried in a number of cases and been successful in only a few cases of actually creating a specialty club, it seems to me of great importance to us in this session today is to understand what the opposition is from the group that you go to, and how do we overcome the opposition? What are the reasons for saying, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to join Lions. I want to continue with my biking group or my whatever group, soccer group. And we can serve the community as a club, but we don't have to be Lions. So what is it about Lions that we sell them on and close the deal? If you're in marketing sales, you get this. What's the opposition and how do I overcome it? And okay, I would love for us to do that today. So hold that in mind, and let me talk about Vista Center. Vista Center is one of the most incredible centers for the blind and visually impaired in California. Headquartered in Palo Alto. It's regional. It's got a center now in San Jose, a center in Santa Cruz, and it covers 5 counties. It goes into C3, doesn't go into C2. It touches a little bit into C5, and it covers almost all of C6 and C4, overlapping with a couple other blind and visually impaired centers. I sit on their board, and I thought, what a great concept they're into serving the blind and visually impaired. That's a legacy of Lions Clubs International and Helen Keller. And so what if we got the membership of this regional center and some of the clients to become a Lions Club? And I presented that at a board meeting. We have 30 people on the board. They're really powerful, important people in the community, doctors and lawyers and politicians and so on. Important, powerful people. I got immediate reception. Yes, that would be great. And the way I did that was I said, you're in the same business as Lions is. We share the same common purpose. And you need to work more closely with Lions because together we can really help in a win-win situation. Dues weren't important to them, but dues are important to a lot of, like the biking club and so on, how you can get bikers to spend a couple $100 a year on something. That's something that we need to dialogue on and overcome. Anyway, well, we're going to form a Vista Center Lions Club. It might be in C4 and in C3 and in C6, but it will be a Lions Club this year. So, as Council Chair Liz, you're.
So I'd like to call on past Council Chair Liz Crook to talk about we're always talking, the goal is chartering, right? But
We have this here to talk about the branch club.
Thank you.
Good morning. So I'm going to take you back to the year 2018, wherein I invited a friend of mine, not a lion, to join me in delivering food on Thanksgiving for another Lions Club in my area. And after that, we went out to a restaurant that was open, had lunch, and we were talking about the experience. And you know, when you do something like that, it just so touches your heart, right? And that's where we were that day, just about what a great feeling it is to be able to have an opportunity to provide that level of service. I mean, we delivered only 3 meals. All of those meals went to single women, and they enjoyed the fact that they had the meal delivered, but they just loved that they had somebody to talk to for a couple of minutes, right? And the words that they shared with us were such a gift. We all were blessed that day. So now we're sitting over cocktail and lunch, talking about what a great experience that was. And I said, well, you know, Kevin, I said, this is what Lions do. And there's nothing that says we can't start a branch club to the Salinas Host Lions Club, which is my home club. And we can do this. We can just focus on community service. We don't have to have meetings. I'm kind of thinking outside the box. We are just going to focus on service, because I had asked her a couple of years earlier to join my club, and she got turned off by our club meeting. She got turned off by a bunch of stuff. And I just said, you know, I get that. So we started inviting people in January of 2019. And this was not our intention, but as it turns out, we now have 10 women who are branch members of my Lions Club. And we've done everything from beach cleanups. Every month we work at the food bank. They assist the host club, which is nice because our members are always not able to do everything they used to do. But it has turned into such a wonderful opportunity to get out and serve the community. And these ladies come from all walks of life. We hit the jackpot with a group of retired teachers. And it occurred to me, you know, when you're doing something like this, you want to reach out to people who you know already have a heart for service. And it's just so easy then to say to them, gosh, what would you like to do for the community? How can we do something? We totally support a learning shelter and a, I forget what they call this, but it's a extra building alongside a grade school on the east side of Salinas. And this woman is amazing. And she has everything from food vouchers to blankets to toiletry items to anything that a homeless person might need. She's got it there. So one Sunday afternoon, we all got together and we made those goofy blankets that it takes no talent at all to do. You just tie the, you know what I'm talking about? Thank you. Yeah. I did 3 in one afternoon, and we were not drinking alcohol. So I'm just saying, you know, it's just about connecting with people. And it's as easy as asking someone, gosh, you have some friends, I have some friends. Let's just see if they'd like to get together and do this. And I look forward to this club definitely reaching 20 this year. In fact, their next meeting, which is next week, which they do have a few of, not many, but they do have a few, is actually going to be a vision meeting where they're going to talk about what it is they want to accomplish for next year. So I just sit back and let them roll, and they're doing great things. Thank you.
Thank you. So are those creative juices coming out? Anybody wants to talk about something like that as well? We can also talk about that in the afternoon.
Okay, Dr. Sherry here, Science Board.
Thank you so much. She's an educator, professor in San Francisco State U. So you better time her. She might just do the class together.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting us here. I'm very humbled to be among all those exciting people who wants to give back to their community. I'm not going to take over, but I created 48 hours self-esteem and emotional intelligence based on healthy habits. We are saying the good mind is over good body. So, when I create this, first of all, I'm a clinical psychologist. I work with a lot of marginalized population, and their crime is just because they are poor. That's all. So I create this class for the population who have no access to mental health and healthy habits. And I create this, and we collect the data from since 2007. I'm affiliated with San Francisco State University. Until 2017, we commence our work. It's so fulfilling. Let me tell you, I give, not because I have many, and I know how does it feel not to have any. That's why I give. So now I'm taking this in other steps. First of all, I believe, we believe, is only one race, human race. We all human, but we are in a color. So beautiful, all of us. Look at it, like a rainbow, you know? And we all shine, no matter who we are, what we do. So what I love about Lions, and I got hooked, is to give back. Let me give you one example. Never ever think what you give is little. Never. Let me tell you. I usually do give back to my community of elderly people, the forgotten one, who have no one. So I visit this lady and I saw a glasses on her glasses. I said, what a beautiful glasses. And guess what? That was my glasses.
Oh.
You know that box you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, it was such a joy of act. And at that time, I learned change occurs when you care. When you care, that's the beginning of the change. And I want to, from the bottom of my heart, to thank all of you, each of you, by not forgetting our community, our marginalized population, our forgotten one. So I want to thank you so much and happy, wonderful New Year's to all of you.
Thank you. So, Dr. Sherry and Victor is from C2, and they're here to finish up their specialty club. That's why they're here. Because we need to do the paperwork for the health and wellness Lions Club. Yeah, but this afternoon we'll have the other specialty club coordinator doing their report. But this one is so now. Let me just say hello. Let everybody say hello at the back there. PDG Kevin and Kalpuni from A2. When I visited their district, it was going east. I thought I was in Nevada already. I mean, come on. It was so far. Hey, second PDG. Oh, first PDG? Second PDG James Bergetti. Yes, from T2. Thank you for coming to support us. That's good. Okay, so you touched a little bit on PDG Esther. Can you talk about, so we're going to talk about, as PCC Bob talked about, how do you sell this idea? What do you say? What's a lion? Why do we pay? And all that stuff. Do you want to talk about what the benefits of being a lion?
I think you want to know why we are putting up a specialty club.
you have to realize that in the past few years, for the constitutional Area 1 and Area 2, they were at 600,000 in membership. And it is now projected for them to be 300,000 by the year 2020. Okay, so here is one of the solutions from PID, Sanjay, and another is the NAMI. And then we also have, NAMI has something incorporating also the specialty club. They call them club coordinators. But I'll talk about it a little later. But we need members. You can provide more service if you have more hands who are members. So there is an evolving need in international service. Especially remember that there is not only one disaster that happens in USA. How many, there was a fire in Santa Rosa, there was a fire in Paradise, you know, in Yosemite. These things happen a lot, or a flooding in Texas. Who are there first?
Lions.
Lions. Lions are there first. Let me tell you, Lions complete their project even in other countries. In fact, as a former LCIF coordinator, we donate to Haiti, we gave $5 million. And only the Lions finished their project there, although a lot of organizations volunteered and said that they will provide help to them. But the Lions were there first. Even occasionally, when you are looking at news, you will see that the tents are from the Lions. Try to recognize them. You will have a sense of belonging because you are part of this Lions Clubs International. You are a member. You belong. What are the benefits of being a Lion? First thing is you make a difference in someone's life. An example is sometimes the person cannot go out and buy his groceries. If you help this person go to get his groceries or to their appointment, that will make a difference already in this person's life. That is making a difference. Or supporting them or fundraising for somebody's scholarship so he can go, this person can get the course that he likes to get because this person is really talented and you didn't want them to be left behind. This is what Lions do. As a member of the Marina Lions Club, we did send two children to the space camp, which cost us $12,000 for 2 kids. And we fund the Marina Middle School. For their Glee Club, we buy their uniforms. And when we do what a flag means to me, we buy them all a McDonald's gift card, all the students in Marina Middle School. And when you do these things that make a difference in someone's life, you serve with pride. It stays here. This thing always gets me because I serve as a guiding lion to a mentally challenged club for 3 years. And what did I get from the friendship of all these children? There are lions actually 9, 10, 11, 12, and talented, but they are 32 or older. And they left me with a poem, a flower, a painting of me. And that's what I got. It means a lot to be remembered like that. Because you think that they just know you as Lion Esther. But when they do these things for you, especially with that mentality, you really do appreciate it and will not forget it. You also build your network when you become a lion, because you are in contact with a lot of people. Remember, we are global. And if you use the My Lion, you can enter information there and you can make it only for you and your club or your district, and you can send it out globally, and they respond to you. I got that response one time when I did it. So remember that you can build your network either in your club or in your business. Something I learned about meeting a lot of lions from other countries, one of them is Germany. They said that they don't drop members, or they don't drop their membership from a club, because to them, if they drop their membership, that means their business has gone down. Yes, that was what I was friends with the Germans and the people from Amsterdam. And same thing with Hong Kong, how President Trump became a lion. He has to provide them with this income tax. That is how it is. In other countries, they only pass the hat, they do not fundraise. It's basically done here mostly in our country, so that you will realize that in LCIF, our number one donors are the other countries. But in the United States, LCIF donor, the number one state is California. For the last 5 years. Gain Lion's credibility is another benefit of being a lion, being that we are in over 200 countries and geographic areas who share passion for service, gain the respect that comes with being part of the global organization, known for the contributions to humanity for over 100 years. When you meet a lion from other countries or you visit their country, I visited a few, and they do treat you royally. They do. When you arrive, they pick you up in the airport, they have these large banners, and wherever the event is, even if it's a university, your name is there. Welcome to all of you. They are very nice people. To them, it's very important to be a lion. Even if the country is poor, when you go there and be with the lions of that country, they treat you really nice. You develop friendships that are lasting. I remember when I had my class with Patty on my DGE class. There's about 22 of you in your class, and my class, fortunately, was from 22 different countries. And we all gave each other a gift, a card, and Patty planned a reunion for us. So we have a listing of all our former classmates in the DGE class, and we plan to have a reunion. And in fact, when she was running, I told her, okay, are you ready now? Am I gonna tell our group now? So it was nice that after all these years, from 2011, we are still friends, and when I see them in the international convention, we get together. Show your leadership. In my younger days, I did nothing but be on stage, but not to speak. It's really like I'll be in a fashion show, I'll be in acting, but not to speak to you like this. But in Lions, I think it's kind of like you have no choice. Like you got hooked into Lionism, you got hook, line, and sinker right there. So you try to learn everything. You try to learn everything in the Lions. So as a new Lion in 1988, every class that I can attend, I try to attend. And in fact, just to let you know, maybe I missed only 3 MD4 convention in my 31 years. And I've attended all my district conventions except 2. And most international conventions, and lately the USA-Canada Forum. Because I did talk to Bledsoe and the chair, and I said that it's improving, the food is even improving, because I think Wisconsin, we were in Wisconsin, I think that's not edible. I can identify what kind of food this is. My family is so fond of food. When we on the table, it's always food. That's what I can talk to my children, my 3 boys. They love to cook. But going back to Lions, you can also put a club that talks about food, healthy foods. Or you can have a cooking class, a cooking group. So everybody learns something, benefits from it, and then maybe if you have so much leftover or you cook a lot, you give it to the hungry people. Okay. And lastly, if you are a member of our organization, the Lions Clubs International, you can have global support from other clubs or from LCIF or from your fellow Lions clubs. If they like your project, they will join you, because every year I do vision screening in a semi-private public school. It's called Mission Dolores in San Francisco. It's run by a French principal, and she is so receptive to the Lions. So we screen all the class from grade 1 to grade 8, and I work with 5 Lions clubs because we only do it in 1 day. So you get support. You are not alone. Just you have to let people know what you need, and it has to be a good project that will support a lot of people, or one that's a very important project that can make a difference really in one person's life or saving this person's life. Thank you.
Okay, so in the last 30 minutes before our lunch is ready to be served, I'd like to just kind of read, and maybe if you want to form your own. If you meet somebody and they said, what's a Lion? What's Lions Club? So we have here in the specialty clubs, this is what was proposed that we use. We are a diverse organization of over 1.4 million, bringing people together in the spirit of volunteerism from all walks of life. We provide opportunities to serve for many age groups, for women and men. LCI, now then we say about the specialty clubs, right? Because you want to talk about specialty clubs, what's your specialty, what's your cause, what's your advocacy? So LCI sees specialty clubs as one way to better fulfill the passions and goals of existing Lions and attract prospective members from a diverse spectrum of experiences, backgrounds, and personal and professional goals. So what you can do is, you'll see most of our handouts at the bottom of the card that I gave you. What you can do is go to lionsclubs.org and search specialty clubs, and you'll be able to see their frequently asked questions, FAQ. So you'll have a cheat sheet of what the specialty clubs is all about, and then you'll be able to always remind yourself that the reason why we do this is so we can have more hands to serve. We need to touch other groups, other cultures, other professions, other age groups, so that they will be encouraged and be aligned. That's the whole purpose of it. There's a lot of people that have needs that we haven't fulfilled. And like I said, in my neighborhood, maybe I'm the only one out of 30 houses that's a lion. Yeah. So that's the kind of idea that we have. So now at the back of your card, it says there 6 steps to chartering. But we've already kind of passed through 1, 2, 3, but number 3 is quite important. So when you're thinking of a club, you need to always have either suggest or have them say to you, what is the need that they want to fulfill? Why do you want to form a club? To do what? Well, my family likes hiking every Saturday. I said, okay, great. I think that's great. How about, the next hiking time that you guys are gonna have, you bring trash bags. So anywhere you hike or you walk or be in the park is actually clean. So that's it, and you're trying to see if they're gonna get in touch with the idea that they're gonna be cleaning. So that's their environment, that's their focus. And then the next time you go with them, oh wow, and then say, this is great. I think we could go to another hiking spot and then we're gonna clean as well. The new I remember our friend said last week, we have a new hiking trail. So then it goes like that. Oh, you know what? That's one of the focus of Lions Club, international way. We have the Lions do the environment. Yeah. And maybe a garden club would like to do something like that. 182, one of the districts in the Calaveras Hills or Sierra Hills, or whatever you call that. Their idea is to help the seniors. They have dying plants, dying trees, and it's dangerous because the seniors can't afford to have them cut down or clean their yard. With all this fire thing, we could probably have the whole neighborhood be lions just to clean their own neighborhood, right? Yeah. So that's a neighborhood that will have a new lions. Yeah. So I'd like to have a special intermission. Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's have the lunch.
During lunch? No. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Right now?
Prakash.
It's part of produced by specialty clubs.
Oh. This is a video?
Yes, would like to show this short video. We have a showing in Berkeley, this short film by Prakash Lama, and it's sponsored by the San Francisco Buddha Lions Club in Bay Area Specialty Lions Club.
This is only the trailer today.
Yes, this is the trailer, yes.
Yeah, trailer only, you can show.
It's gonna be on January 19 at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, full movie.
Yeah, for the full movie. So when you think about what focus does your club want to do, there's so many things, there's a lot of what the community needs, right?
This is only for trailer.
Sound?
It's kind of hard to do.
I raise my daughter, I raise my son. So we have a report from Raj for Esther. It's mind-blowing report. We will hear
It's kind of hard to do
Esther.
this. I'm pumped in.
Come on, hold it, man. She's all right. Here's that thing. I'll give some money. Yes. This guy is bigger now. Where? Over there. Oh my God. How much money? How much you got? How much you got? Hey, you okay? Yeah. Thanks, man. I can't believe that. Yeah. You took my money, man. Yeah, no, that guy. Of course. Are you okay? Good, thanks. We just saw you being beaten by a guy. Are you okay? Good, sir. He was trying to steal my guitar. It's all I have left, and I can't let it take it. So you're fine right now, right? Okay, sir. You look so young. Do you want to work? Well, I had health issues, sir. I was unable to work for a long time. That's why I lost my job, my house, and my girlfriend. So you want to work, right? Of course, sir. Are you willing to work if you find a job for you? Sure. I'm excited. I'm willing to work any of the jobs. And is he your friend? Yeah, he's my friend John. He's also looking for a job. Hello, John.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, sir.
Where are you from? Are you willing to work?
Yes, sir. I moved from Wilsonville, Texas, in the U.S. Canada. I came to California looking for work. After my tour, I realized my house was taken up by a hurricane, knocked it down, so I ended up being on the street.
How did it hurt?
Well, I haven't had contact with them for quite some time. I don't have a phone. I don't have any of their contact information. Then I came to California, looking for a job, but I ended up having to be on the streets to make a living.
Fine, Rajen? Yes. Isn't the restaurant hiring? I'll do that. I'll let you know. But okay. So we'll see you next week then. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Stay happy. I have something for you. I'll give you a hand where you can be in a good way. And then I'll have something for you to use inside the tank, like lantern and other accessories. And I'll come and see you next week. I like to see the improvement in your life. That will be nice. Thank you, sir. Okay? And would you please go and get the tent from my car? Sure, we'll do that. Yeah, no problem. Line Rajen? Yes. The line on that train. Okay, so this is what we have for you. The paint, and this is lantern. You did very properly, and we also have some feedback for you. So I'll have you go on next week and start later. And then we'll see you next week. So is that okay? Thanks. Stay happy, right? Congratulations. Thank you.
Hey Raj, how are you? Oh, hi. I'm so surprised. Good to see you here. I promised you last week that I'm glad you got back from me. Of course. Are you ready to work? I am. I'm very excited. Great. Excited to start a new life, right? Of course. Okay, let's do it. Thank you so much. Let's go. Let me take your things. Let me grab my bag. And we go. Thank you so much for you. Hey, Shadows, can you please come up again, please?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready today to start my new career. I'd like to be my tent. Yes. This is for you. I'll come back for you, okay? Hello, Pratik. This is Raj. You'll be working here. So, explain your duties and responsibilities. Okay, for sure. If you understand his job, hopefully you'll do well. All the best. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yes. Hello, Brandon. Wow, Sandra, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Excellent. Come on, have a seat. Okay, we'll have dinner tonight. Sure. Excellent. How are things going? Everything is fine. Wow, good to know. So, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so far, I hope your days are going well. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, it's been good to hear that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let's take a look at the menu. Sure, what we would like to eat tonight. Mainly for the order. Can we get tandoori scallop, chicken tikka masala, and shahi paneer with one naan? That would be okay, right? So, yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. It's cold. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, great. Thanks, Raj. I know you're doing great. Raj, you're here? Here. Here. How are you? I'm good. You're doing great. Yeah, well, it's just because I'm friend. Just because of Raj, an opportunity. Yeah, that's good. So, Ryan Rajan, you did a great job. You did a lot. We create opportunities for the young. Well, thank you so much. You did a lot. Well, thanks. Good. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you too. And let me be back there. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, glad to see you later. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, John. Raj? Yeah. Raj, how are you, man? I'm good. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm good. Man, oh my God. It's so different now. Yeah, I get a job and, I get a car and I'm here. This is yours? Yeah, it's mine. Who is your friend? Oh, she's there. Sana. Hi. Look who it is. She'd be really excited to see you. Yeah, I'm excited to see you guys too. Likewise. Yeah. Oh, here's this. Hey, Sana, how are you? Good, how are you? Good to see you. Not bad. I did. Fun video. Oh, thank you very much. You said it's better for me. Yeah, she is, and she's very kind and watched over. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. You've been great. Hey, I have a good news for you guys. Would you like to work? Work? Yes, absolutely. Where at? Well, it's in my restaurant, where I usually join. You work at a restaurant now? Yes, I do. I'm a chef. Yes, absolutely. Then please. We have a few positions available. If you guys are interested, I can take you right now. What do you say? Absolutely. Let's go. All right, man. Let's hobby. Sweet. Hobby. Right? Come on, hobby.
It's probably a good time to take a little bit before our lunch. We'll continue on. If you look at your agenda, it's going to be the presentation continued. And then we'll do a brief description with Anami, and we'll continue on. I hope you're finding this a little bit interesting so far. Okay, great. So take a break and then have lunch and all. Thank you. Oh, 1 o'clock. Yes. It's 11:50 right now.
Let's go. Huh? There's a reason for it. Huh? What's wrong? What's wrong? No, we want it there. We want it there.
It's the right
Come on. Huh? So that way there's a background of lions in the video. Right now there's no logo in the lions. Yeah. Even though it's backwards. It doesn't-
Hello. Good afternoon. Wake up. Stand up. Do some handstands. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, roar. You guys are awake? Okay. Good work. Having fun? Yeah. So far? Okay. So, the next 5 minutes is why we're here for, how to charter these clubs. but there's more, right? There's more. But let me just do some cleaning house here. So in general, any club, not just specialty club, how do you charter a club? Since you're talking to people that are not yet lions, they know lions a little bit and whatnot. In the old times, prior to these specialty clubs, we had to do what I talked to you about earlier, door to door, talk one-on-one and all that. This time, it's a whole group, right? So you kind of have ready that this is a focused group already. So you kind of have to help them out. I know somebody had said, oh, Cecile has been working with Lucille Packard already, and for her birthday, she asked people not to donate gifts to her, I mean, not to give gifts, but to donate pajamas for the young kids there. And her friends obliged. Well, that's Cecile's brilliant idea. She's going to have a group of her friends be helping the patients at Lucille Packard. Okay, so what you want to do is now we can help her. She can help herself. Ask her. So she already has kind of a focused service goal. So when you're forming a club, you kind of have to guide them to what are the goals. But not all clubs have only one focus goal. We have the cyber club, Roaring Cyber, Silicon Valley Roaring Cyber Club. So some of them only wants to do emergency response when we have the heavy rain and the falling trees in Boulder Creek, and then they all got flooded, and somebody lost their fence and all that stuff. It's a community helping the community. So only 5, 6, 8 of them would do that. But the others like to do the hunger program. So they do that with a Mountain View Second Harvest Food Bank. And so different little things that you can form. So think of the club, and then the next thing is, okay, that's the service goal. And then suggest the name of the club. You see how brilliant this is? We couldn't think of a name of the club, so it became Silicon Valley Roaring Cyber Club. We don't know. Some other club was like Amazing Lions Club, Majestic Lions Club, Milpitas Executive Lions Club. Yay, that's my club. So, you know, Scales of Justice Lions Club. So originally it was for people that, so you're a specialty club, actually. We are. So you can do that. It's so anything to do with police, legal. Yes. So if you got a ticket, traffic ticket, you can join the club. Yep. Yep. Some of them met, I'd say, they met in the lung, you know. So anyway, yeah, so PDG Linda is actually a court reporter, has a business called Court Reporter or something rather. Yeah, yeah. And we talked to VIP from Tennessee, Bob Corlo. He formed a something judge.
I have ideas.
Yeah, so see, they formed a legal group in Tennessee. Yeah. So anyway, so think about the name of the club. Okay. And then and think about where they want to meet. Okay, even if it's a cyber club, it's really hard. I mean, even as 15 district governors from California, we had to be meeting each other face to face 3 times a year before we could understand each other on the phone. I mean, who's talking? Oh, yeah, this is Thelma. Okay. Oh, I forgot, or whatever. You know, so we kind of have to see each other, know each other, and then we can read each other's mind through the microphone, to the telephone, right? But doing a cyber club, for example. And then nowadays, it's really hard to meet. So like I said, the hiking trail family, cleaning the trail, they don't have to meet. The only meeting they have is during the walk. They're gonna talk about where are we meeting next time? Where are we cleaning next time? Nothing of this heavy thing, okay? So then you have secretary, officers, you know, things like that. And then you have to have a sponsoring club. If there's no sponsoring club, the district can also sponsor. But the sponsoring club needs to be aware as well of what their responsibilities are. Then there's the guiding lion. This is kind of important thing because the district governor cannot help you. I mean, he has a lot of things to do already. You have to have a guiding lion that is actually knowledgeable on how to do this club thing. And then really, this club should be sustainable. It cannot be just gonna do it this year thing. And so just on a side note on that, that's the reason why it's key to have a Leo club associated with the Lions Club that you're doing. Their kids need to be part of a game because we're aging, we're growing, right? They need to also learn to be part of the community, and they need to be with you as a family unit. So as soon as they turn 18, even if they're in high school, there can be a line. And always, when you have a Leo club, before they go away for their college thing and all, and they move out, you kind of need to share with them already the community service and what you do, what what the family does. So when you're thinking about chartering this club, it's gonna be here for the next 100 years. The Lions is 102 years, you know, and whoever came before us, and thanks to them, right? But somehow, like you said, you got hooked, Dr. Sherry, you know? Something tugs within your heart when you do something. And that's what we need to do. It's not just a matter of chartering a club. This is forever. So yes.
You said the responsibilities of the sponsoring club. Can you maybe like list the top 3 responsibilities of what the sponsoring club is expected to do?
So the sponsoring club, okay, so is customary, for example, the sponsoring club needs to lead the way, right? Because they're young and they don't know what they're doing, right? But in other terms, in our district, I'm not sure with other districts, the sponsoring club, for example, is the one that gives them the gift of the banner. The banner is $250. Involve them with your projects. You're like a mentor. Yeah. So they need to see you as a real Lions Club that does service. They're gonna follow you if you just keep on bringing them to the poker game, you know.
So we could say that one of the responsibilities is to involve the new club, the discussion club, in the activities of the sponsoring club, so they learn how things are done.
Yes, including the fundraising, including all those things, and really, if they see, it's really important how we get them together, because it might be a project that their group had thought of before, but maybe some of them realize that's not what they like. They want something else. You know, you bring them to other service projects, and like the San Martin has the neighborhood night out on the first Tuesday of August. They invite the whole community. Yeah, they host their own neighborhood night out. So there's other questions? Or any addition to what I've so far, PDG also, okay.
Lance, Dan, I was hoping you would bring this up. Let me introduce. So, Stan and I were talking over lunch, and we came up with, I think, an ideal upgrade to this whole process. And it's going to require the help of the leadership in the state on this.
Yes.
But Stan, I'm really excited. It's a great idea.
All right, so I understand, and so the suggestion was that in business with sales and any sort of negotiation, you create what's called a memorandum of understanding. It's not binding on either party. It's just kind of like a letter of intent that we're going to do this and you're going to do this, and you write down everything. And so we could use an MOU like that would say we're going to do these things for you, and you're going to do these are what we expect of you in the first year, and you know these are what the dues are going to be, and it's all written down. And so now they have a document that they get to the board of directors. Now they can take this document to the board of directors and say, this is what we're proposing. What do you think?
So we're talking about a tool, a formal tool, like a term sheet or a supplier agreement between a supplier and who they're selling to, their customer. And so we would have an agreement with the club or the district or the multiple and the new club, so that they would understand you've got dues, you've got certain responsibilities. And we also have responsibilities for you, and it's all laid out. So they may take it back and go to their board of directors, for example, and discuss it privately. And it's all in writing. Again, it's not binding. It's sort of like an introductory term sheet that they discuss, and if they like it, they buy it. And you eliminate the verbal and the confusion and so on. And we could also, in that MOU, describe the requirements, for example, of the sponsoring club. You're going to have sponsors, and you're going to have a sponsoring club, and they're going to be doing this for you. In return, we expect you to do this for us.
Thank you. So just for the purpose of that question, there is a form called Lions Club Charter Application Worksheet. We use that only now as so that before you apply it online, you already have the cheat sheet. But that's form TK-38A, and it's still available. It's called the Lions Club Charter Application Worksheet. And it says there the responsibilities of the sponsoring club. A sponsoring club helps their new Lions Club obtain and maintain a high level of commitment, activity, and enthusiasm. Sponsorship of the new club demands certain responsibilities. Sponsors are required to support the guiding lions, check that all charter member applicants meet the standards of being a lion member, hold an in-depth organization meeting, ensure that chartered club has proper orientation into lions, co-host the charter night, encourage district participation, encourage inter-club functions, help develop a membership retention and growth plan, assist in preparing the club's meeting agenda, support the club's activities, assist the club whenever called upon, provide guidance without interfering. As a sponsoring club, we understand that assistance be given to this new club as described by, but not limited to the above list. And you have to sign that and then and all that. But that's a great idea, so that there's a written memorandum of understanding on the partnership. Go ahead.
I just want to say that I concur with you saying that the memorandum of understanding is really very good because it's specific to the club and they understand each other really what they have to do. And so they can just go to those things down the line and they know that they will be a good club if they just do everything that's written there because they have signed it, although it's not binding. So it's very good that this thing is being done, you know.
Yes.
It's like when you do, in the past we used to have the international relations thing, training. You do have contracts there to like whereas. So this is something more specific and I think it's a very good idea.
As you were talking about that memorandum of understanding, I was thinking about that form that's already there. And it is sort of a memorandum of understanding. Here's the problem. The club never sees it. The officers putting the whole thing together see that. The rest of the membership doesn't see it. So that's the problem. They need that touch is to get down to the membership. You're talking about what the responsibilities are. I can only speak for 4C5. We have a PDG group. We buy them. The club, sponsoring club, takes care of the bell and all the other accessories that you need. And one of the big things is that club commits to giving that new club to the zone meetings and to the cabinet meetings and to convention. Those are three key things that we forget about all the time.
I like it. The PDG will have something to do with this.
Hi, Lion Beaver. All due respect, I think there have been a lot of brain cycles put into the documents that are there. And I think if a specific plan and a specific host club want to get together and do a memorandum of understanding, that's great. But I wouldn't want to impose that on anybody else other than what LCN has already provided. Because I think the general guidance is there, but not every specialty club that charters wants to go to branch district meetings. They want to do events. They don't want to have meetings. They don't want to pay dues sometimes. So some are going to fit, some aren't going to fit, but to have something that they have to do back and forth in writing. And by the way, the members of the host club vote whether or not to have a branch club.
So there is, it's not just the officers get together and decide to do it. So I think some of that wisdom's already in the paperwork that's there.
Okay, that's quite a great discussion right there. Okay, go ahead. PDG, Kevin Patel.
Yes, good afternoon. Like, recently, Lions said that they don't want to go to every meeting and all that. There is one possibility, specialty club with cyber club. They can do cyber, so it's not necessary to meet physically, but whenever they want, they can meet and they can have their time and things. And they can do online meeting. There are several ways of doing online meeting. Like we have in our district, West Coast Indian Cyber Lions Club. We do not meet physical, but still, you see, every month we say that we don't meet, but we do meet. And it is flexible. There is a lot of flexibility.
So to continue on, I did mention about that's the sponsoring club, right? And then Guiding Lion. In a lot of other districts all over the world, we don't have enough. They don't have enough pool of Guiding Lions. So before we had 2 Guiding Lions requirement, but now 1 is okay. But it's really tough to have 1. It's because there's a lot of things like if one Guiding Lion cannot attend something and then the other Guiding Lion can do it. But we could still name 2. It's okay. And then the designation of a Guiding Lion actually, Alan, how many hours of training? Or we have training and we have tests. We have tests to take.
A couple hours.
3 hours.
2 hours, couple hours.
And then you can do online, and then you can also do
face to face.
So if your district does not have a pool of Guiding Lions, you really need to have that. It's a really integral part of charging a club. And as I mentioned, with C2, I don't think they have enough, but we are going to have the specialty club coordinator, Esther Lee, PDG Esther Lee, to work with you because she's in San Francisco and you're nearby Sausalito. So think about that, that your district needs to have a pool of Guiding Lions that really are abreast with all this new training and new ideas and talking about, they even have to submit a quarterly report. And if they haven't been doing that, the district governor does not know what's going on. So need at least 20 members to charter a Lions Club, 20. But today, if some of you, if your club is the sponsoring club, the secretary of your club can actually submit that and start with the first 5, first 10 people, and then you add on as you form that club. After 2 months, if you don't finish the 20, it will be requested to convert to a branch. But really, you don't want to really do that because I feel that you'll get frustrated and you feel that it's stalled and stagnant. But you really want to make sure the 5 people invite their friend, become 10, and then those 10 invite their friend, to become 15 until they become 20. So that's the key to charter for LCI to grant a charter. So they need a charter form. I mean, they need a membership form. What I've done is actually you can find it also at the LCI. It's called Charter Member Application Form TK188A. The information that is required is the name, cell phone, email. Address is for Lions Magazine. And then their birth date. The birth date is really key because now it's required. Previous years, we only need the year of birth. Now it's the birth date. anyway, that's about that. And then it's gonna be tough. Talking about the next topic is the finances that some of us had talked earlier. What are the opposition to forming and being a lion? Why do we have to pay the $35 initiation fee? So 35 is what is required by LCI. If it's a Leo to Lion, and if it's a student and 18 to 30 years old and a veteran, they're waived. If they're transferred from another club, there's a transfer fee of $20. So that's the first step. The next step is you kind of have to help them determine their membership dues. The current membership due is LCI is $43 a year, and we get billed $21.50 half year. So June and December, we need to collect those monies because we will be billed in July and then in January is today. So that's LCI. We also have what we call MD4 dues, multiple district 4 California. California MD4 has $18 a year, and we get billed $9 half year. Included with that in a separate line item is the district dues. For District C6, it's $12 a year, $6 half year. So that subtotal is $73 a year. That's too difficult for explanation and all that, but our club collects $120 a year, so we say it's $10 a month. What does it mean? $73 a year for those dues, and now our club dues is $47 a year. That becomes our admin fund. So is it easier to say, oh, you have to pay this, you have to pay that, or you just say it's $10 a month? So as a new charter club, my suggestion, for example, is the $73 that's required, and then the $35, that's $108. So if you collect $120, the club only gets a little bit of the money, not $47. So it's easier to explain, yes, $120, $10 a month, and that's, you can say, oh, the 35 comes from that. Don't add it on to the 120, because 155 is gonna be like a lot for other people. But if you say $10 a month, sounds good? Sounds good, everybody? What do you think?
Yeah.
Will they join? Will you join? $10 a month?
$10 a month with coffee.
With coffee? Okay. So that's just to kind of wing that, but I just want to make sure. Okay, so the other club that I visited last year that had this difficulty, they added more and say, oh, I know, when they pay $100 full payment, not 60 now, 60 later, $100 right now, that's 1 year. You have a discount of $20. When you have a spouse or a family household, family unit, you have $20 discount for each one member. So the first one is, for example, $120, and then the second is $100, and then $100. But then if there's students, okay, so now let's talk about Leo to Lion. I know this might be like, oh, she's talking about money. It's hard. Okay, so if it's Leo to Lion, 0 on 35, right? Waive that. Leo to Lion student, it's $21.50 because LCI 50% discount for a student. $21.50. That student needs to pay the whole year, $21.50. MD4 waives that. But hey, if your club is sponsored under our district also waives the student, the fee, the district fee. So the student Leo to Lion, when you're in our district, you pay $21.50 a year. But your club might want to assess other fees. So we usually say for the student, it's actually $50, $60. So, I mean, think about it, how you want to present it, but we cannot avoid it. We don't want the club to be folding because of the financial dues. So really, it's hard to talk about it, but we have to talk about it. Yes, hi. Yes.
So Thelma, I just also want to throw in, when we chartered the Gonzalez Club and also with my branch club, I made sure to talk to them about those organizations that, because we're Lions, we have an opportunity to be part of, for example, Lions Eye Foundation and Lions Insight, because they also bill annually based upon the number of people in your club. So for a new club, they need to take that into consideration up front. For existing clubs, I know our club takes it out of our charity account, so it's not part of our dues per se, but it's just something else. But it's also a great opportunity to market the amazing things that those two organizations offer for our communities.
Yes. So that's great. So that admin, if your club, since it's new, it doesn't have a charity fundraising yet. It doesn't have money in the admin. It doesn't have money on the charity. So it's up to also the sponsoring club to help them understand all this, that you need to have fundraising, admin, tail twister, how do you do that? And I was talking to another new club to say that you really have to have admin fundraising because, of course, you want to have officers be trained. When they train, for example, the regional leadership in Santa Rosa, everybody who hasn't signed up yet, there's still room.
Please sign up now.
Yes, you can sign up. January 20. Right, so important. Training. Really, this one, just me being able to relate to you this horrifying membership dues, it's worth it. I'm telling you, you don't want to really have that problem. My club also, our board members, we are given 5 names of our membership. If you sponsored somebody and or to help someone collect dues, we call them. We don't like say, fine, we drop you. No, I always say, oh hi, we have our holiday party on January 6th. So also, can you bring your checkbook because it's January. I don't know if you mailed your whatever, but because I'm not treasurer, so I don't know if you did or did not. But yeah, bring your check, and then it's time for the dues and blah blah blah. So and then oh yeah, we have a service project. Can you bring your check because I forgot it was I sponsored you. So kind of just be easy on it. But the other thing is most important is the tax info for newly chartered clubs. They need to be trained that they're not using their personal bank account. They need to have IRS employee ID number, EIN. And that each club that gets chartered under this umbrella is 501c4. It's non-profit. It's not 501c3 is the other one.
Non-profit is 501c3, and the district and the clubs are 501c4 unless they apply for a C3.
Right. So, you got that? No. Okay, contributions to 501c4 organizations are not deductible as charitable contributions for federal income tax purposes. So there's reasons why you want to be 501c3, but as a new club, just make sure that they register as a 501c4. you need to have that club registered with the IRS. And we have those forms as well. And then they can open their own bank account. Okay? Our club, the sponsoring club, paid for their dues. They pay us first, but it's so hard to like get them separated, but you really need to. So that's a club responsibility. So any other kind of important additions, suggestions? Because now we have a special guest speaker, Christopher Heine, the Lion Chris, can introduce the next speaker.
I thought I had to do all this walking up with Senator.
Oh, sorry about that. PDG Esther, Pastor Governor Esther. We'll talk about NAMI. What's NAMI? Yummy?
NAMI is North American Membership Initiative. Okay. And this is led by our Vice President, Brian Sheehan, and Patty Hill, included our past president, Jim Irvin, and others. And they have pilot programs on several areas in constitutional area 1 and 2. Like I said about the stats earlier, that is their target. And unfortunately, we can put it out there, the states that are in it. But in our state, it is 4L5, and we're led by PCC Rocknelly. Okay? And just to let you know, currently they're having a slow start, but they are -8 only instead of the usual -35 at a certain point of the month, like last November. They were able to put up a new club called the Lions Club, and they look forward to putting in another club, which is the Annapolis Lions Club. They have 3 objectives: to revitalize clubs with new members, rejuvenate districts with new clubs, and remotivate with new fellowship and services for their constitutional area 1 and 2. The incoming governor, I guess, because the governor is the one who signs the form if their district wants to join or participate. And the deadline for that is February 29. And April 30 is the day that you put in your goals. June 30 is the last day that you can make changes on your goals. But I just want to bring out that they have put up a marketing strategy. And for this, they have created a lot of forms that we can provide you, and they are there. And before we go to that, I need to mention that they are also targeting the Lioness Bridge program. The Lioness can be a lion, they don't want to be a lion because of the dues. But when they join this time, they won't be charged a charter fee. Okay. So also they are also thinking of having a club coordinator. So I'm thinking this is fairly similar to our club's specialty club, but it's not specialty club, but a club coordinator. They have, and they came up with something, recruiting community influencers. And this occurred in one of my clubs in my district, Millbrae. Millbrae, a very active club in my district, and they raised like 100,000. In fact, when there was a fire in Santa Rosa, they gave 45,000 through a craft fest. And most of the officers, mayors, you name it, with a title in their area of Millbrae are members of their club. But how did they do this? One of the things that influenced these people to join, I think, is when they put up a free movie. They sponsored a free movie for them. And then they have a Leo also, Leos, and then they provide a dinner for the parents of these Leos. And then they invite them to be lions. As there's a catch there. Also, they have another one which has something to do with the computer, and they fund this for the Millbrae kids. So that every parent, every mayor, vice mayor, you name it, with a title there, is a member of their club. So they're very successful because they're very visible in the community. Most of the members of their club have businesses there. I think this is one advantage of being in a particular area, because you can really focus your service in a particular area. And then the people in that area can see what you do, and they want to be a part of it. So this is what's happening to them. And I know for a fact that they have a committee of past presidents, and they make their 5-year plan. It's a 5-year plan. But anyway, so that's on the recruiting community influencers. But what I like with what they have done is when you have an event and you want to recruit people, this is the form, and you can address it right here. And I can forward these things to you. They have 2 copies, whether you print it on your printer or a professional printer. And then this is like a poster that you can use. So whether you are doing a regular traditional club or a specialty club, you can use these materials. And of course, we were always taught that when somebody does something great, good, and very good accomplishment, you want to thank them. So recognition is important. So they have this form for you to use. It's all set. And for the community to know what you do, they have this, a booklet of what your club does. And then, so when people see it, they will relate to it. Oh, I can do this, you know. Oh, I know so and so. This is one thing to advertise your club. And don't forget, wherever you go, you always bring your business card, a membership form, and a charter form. I have them all the time. Thank you. That's all for now. I only gave you a brief explanation about the NAMI because the expert is supposedly, the expert on this is PCC Denny Grothian, and he was on his way here, but he was sent to another place. So I hope you are able to learn little something about the NAMI. I'm sure they will do it also at the point. Thank you.
I would like to take a moment quickly to say that I take full blame for the Silicon Valley Roaring Cypress Lions Club name, because if we had called it the Silicon Valley Environmental Service Feed the Hungry, Clean the Park, Disaster Relief Service Club Support Emergency Preparedness Cypress Lions Club, we'd have a banner 20 feet wide and a club pin used as a podium. Rajen, Thapa, raised in Atari in beautiful eastern Nepal, raised one of seven children, 5 brothers and a sister. He attended schools and university, mostly in India, but he continued on to a career as a secondary school teacher, starting in 1983. He rose to be vice principal of the Peace Zone Secondary School in Atari, Sunsari, Nepal. I hope I'm saying that correct. Continued and founded his own secondary prep school in 1983, also in Itahar. He continuing his academic success, he became a lecturer of English at Janata Multiple Campus in Atari, and at the same time he started training prospective JC leaders as a certified trainer for the JCs. In 1996, Rajen joined the Lions Club of Itahari, became club president, and continued on to zone and region chair. After moving to the United States, Rajen entered the restaurant business and continued his Lions affiliation as charter president of the Beverly Annapurna Lions Club. Today, he co-owns 4 restaurants in the Bay Area. He has received the International President's Certificate of Appreciation as a Progressive Melvin Jones Fellow, resides in El Cerrito with his wife Jaya and their 2 children, Bianca and Pratik. Lion Rajen's theme is leading lions to excel.
Yes.
What a lovely introduction. First of all, thank you very much. Your gracious presence has enlightened the workshop. January 4th, San Jose workshop we are giving name, right? Thelma? And Thelma, IPDG, LCI coordinator, and Esther Lee, both of you have put in a lot of effort. You have done wonderful and fantastic job in organizing and making this workshop so fruitful, productive, and significant. This is the 3rd workshop we have had in recent months. Thank you and congratulations. Before I go into my few presentation, I would like to invite our President Benjamin Fernandez to come over here. Please talk about this stand and then talk about your experience as a host. You are doing fantastic job. He's the last person to eat today.
Well, I couldn't just normal because I work at Singleton, and this property is part of our company, Interstate Hotels. So I think it's a no-brainer for me to organize such an event like this. I think when I wake up in the morning and say, okay, I'm going to my hotel, what I'm going to do next? So that's what I did today. Okay, what am I going to do next? So I think I have to set up the meeting room. I have to make sure that I have all the sound system. I have to make sure that all the food is ready to be set up by noon, which is, I think, it's on time. So we have our food on time at 12. So everybody has to take their lunch. But I think the meat and potatoes of this event is the formation of this banner. So this is the first time that we had it. And one of our members, Nelson Nessers, made this the one, actually the latest event on time. We had it ordered last night, and we had it this morning. So it's just like I had it. And I told him that I need this banner tomorrow morning at 9:30. So make sure that we have this. And then, of course, all the paraphernalia that we have tonight. I woke up like around 1:30 this morning, and I received an email from IPDG telling me, "Thank you, you need to print this form." I said, "Which form?" So all these like registrations that we have on the table outside, I printed them around 1:30 this morning. So I think that's part of my job as a hotel year. So if you have any questions later on with regard to this property, we're converting this hotel into a Hilton probably 6 months from now. So there's a lot of opportunities in terms of conventions and meetings of these hotels. I didn't work at this hotel, I worked in Nopida, the Hilton Garden. So I think that's about it. And like I didn't do anything.
Thank you. Thank you, President. you have a plan to start one Veteran Lions Club, right?
Yes.
Talk about that.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. This is a surprise, really a surprise. I was asked about how I feel about this presentation, the training, and I expressed honestly myself that this training presentation really inspired me more to form a specialty club. 9 years ago, I formed one with 35 members, all Vietnamese, and I didn't succeed. After 2 years, I had to close the club because I guess I didn't have good leadership. Because we have half Vietnamese young people and half Vietnamese elderly people. And that was my first time of forming a specialty club. I did not know how to blend them in. So apparently I had to close because they all move on to other states, not other clubs, not other Lions clubs, but other states. So I feel terrible about that. And I heard about this specialty club training. I asked Lion IPDG Thelma, but she said, just attend the training. I'm not going to tell you now. So I came, and to be honest with you, I was more and more inspired to form one, a special club, with mentorship of my current club right now, previous executive. So I want to express my feelings like this is a very special, different way of conference, of training. Usually I went to many conferences and a lot of them composed of lectures. Yes, no interaction, just lectures and videos. And some people did fall asleep. And I said, wait a minute, maybe this is another conference like that. I was a little bit reluctant, but I have faith in my president, Benji, and my PTG, Thelma. So I say, I'm gonna try. And I'm very thankful for this training presentation. It's so informative, it's so inspiring. It helps me a lot, motivate me a lot to form a specialty club for my culture. And thank you very much.
Thank you. What a fantastic experience. Okay, I have a question. How many of you have got second hand with each other? I have done it. I went to every place and I shook hands. How many of you have not second? Everybody, have you done that? You cannot, please go around and do that. It's a great opportunity. Go and shake hands. I did that, right? If you have not, do it. How are you? Very good. Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you, Alex. You did a wonderful job.
Okay, let's get started. Please take your seat.
We're on Zoom.
Please take your seat. Okay, let's get started.
Recording on Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, bye bye.
Kinda. Yeah, we're recording it at Peanut Bar, Kevin Guest, and Marie Dollar. We've had up to about 7 people remotely. Yeah. There you go.
Are we ready to start? Let's get started again. 1, 2, 3.
There's a small story that will touch your heart. Let's listen to a short story, okay? Why I did this. There was a Nepal Bangladesh Youth Leadership Forum being held in Nepal. And I was in Nepal and I was invited as a speaker. Nepal Bangladesh Youth Leadership Forum was being held in Nepal. I was in Nepal and I was invited to speak. I went in, I was introduced. I saw one participant sitting among other participants. He was not smiling, he was not talking, he was very depressed. And first thing I did was called him. I made him stand near him and I gave him a very nice hug. I'll come over. I gave him a nice hug, you know? And then I asked him, why are you upset? Why are you not happy? What happened? And he said, I'm only 17 years old. I requested my parents that I could go to Nepal and attend this Nepal Bangladesh Youth Leadership Forum. More parents, you know, in that part of the world, they say, no, you're not that grown up. You may not be able to travel. Don't do that and all that. He said, no, they're all my friends. We'll go and we'll have fun. So parents bought ticket, he got money, he flew into Kathmandu, he came to the place where he needed to be, and then he attended that leadership forum. But nobody was talking to him. There were so many participants, they were among themselves, but he was being neglected. If we do not approach, if we do not go and talk, how are you? Please talk about, you adopted 9 members yesterday, talk about that.
Oh, yes, our club is an all-ladies club in Byron Delta. We just inducted 9 new members. And I'm going to brag a little. We have 76 wonderful women, and we are the largest in our district.
Bring space, build room so that they can talk about themselves, so that they can feel I'm included, I'm part of this workshop, I'm part of this program. Right
You went to Rose Bowl Parade, decorated the floor. Talk about that experience.
Oh, that was amazing. I was so blessed because we got to see, diversity. And when our club finally has, and so that's an effort of a lot of people, not just in one district, but the whole, I guess, California was there. And so I felt like we're united. California is a huge state, and it's hard to know everybody. But coming together to do a common project, that's something that I love to do.
Yes, something to add, something.
Secret club song?
Yes, when we were in the line, it was just coming together, and there's a song that came to my head, and everybody just took it, and now everybody's, as I met with a lot of people in the Lions Club, because I met in Italy, they said, we're gonna have to do that in Singapore. And everybody wants a song, and everybody can do it. And just how the whole Italian just took that song and made it their own, that we didn't have to sing it, they were singing it for us. And so for those who wasn't there, this is the song of California, California, hey, 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 California. That's coming together.
Thank you, Nathan. Now we have a wonderful family, very dedicated family, second division, Valera, with the family, son works in Mountain View. You were nice, you walked around in Mountain View and all that, right? So, one of you, who is going to talk? Yesterday's evening walk, you went around and I'm not a good speaker. My dad's a better speaker than I am. I'm not going to be experience for that. You want to talk about our dinner together? We did in Mountain View. You were there. That came and stayed with us, hotel, all that stuff. And you are here. Well, I'm glad to be here today. So yeah, I work in Mountain View, but I'm a member of the San Francisco Lions Club. And I still live in Daly City, so it's close by. I'm excited and interested in hearing about how Lions operate differently throughout all the different districts. I learned recently, I was interested that 4C6 actually waives the Rio Lion dues on the district level. We don't, so we still pay we get the reduced rate for LCI, but we don't for our district, and I think OMD4 is waived. So I want to see if I can push that. It's a bit of self-interest, but it's interesting.
My whole point is, when you go to some event, as a participant, as a contestant, as a representative, go and talk. Doctor, I talk to you, right? I talk to them, talk to these people. The whole idea is to approach it. How many times did I ask you? I came and asked you how you feel, right? Did I ask? How did you feel when I asked you?
Special.
Governor, how did she feel? She felt special, right?
That's right. She's very enjoying her food.
So our job is to make somebody feel what?
Wow.
C2 GMT coordinator, right?
I felt very, very special, very, I had a lot of your attention.
If we want to serve, if we want to be a part of the community, like Dr. John Valera, like we all, what do we need to do?
Relationships.
Second, not only seconds, make you or her feel special.
You have spent your time, your energy, your money, you are dedicated, you are somewhere where you are invited. And then if you are neglected, if you are not rooted, and if you are not approached, and if you are not given attention, how would Chirag Patel might go governor 17 days in Central government field?
I will just repeat and go.
And are you going away now?
No, no. Well, this is really very good. Let me tell you one thing about this today, what you are having in the specialty. It is very important, and I think a lot of clients and new member, I think there are prospective members like me here. I met like 2 to 3 prospective members here. They really feel very encouraged. So like this, if you do it other part, it will be great.
We'll do it. We will do it. Now I would like to invite our powerful lady from 4C6, Karen Thelma, to come over there and talk about. She is a club development expert. We do the same things. We are not different. We are one family. We make an impact. We are together. And when we are together, we are stronger. And we do better. Right? Right. About club development expert experience.
Wow. I feel loved. Nobody said that, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. And really, it is about connecting each other and connecting us. We are family. So I am the new club development consultant, and we work together. We work together with new voices. We work together with specialty clubs. We work together with cyber clubs. We're all looking for the same kind of growth, the same kind of creativity. So the one thing that we have with our new club development consultant program is that we're free. Lions Clubs International sends us to any district requesting us, and we work with your leaders, you folks, in starting new clubs. And it's exciting. I love doing this. This is my 5th year. And really it's connecting with people who many have never heard about Lions. And if I were to ask you, have you run into people who have never heard about Lions? Every single one of you would say yes. Because we hear it all the time. I just heard today, thank you, Robert, for telling me, Channel 4 put public relations announcement about Lions Clubs International, not once, but twice. Yay! Woo! That's a first, and we should all be doing that. So public relations is my #1. If you are thinking of starting a new club, thinking of having a branch club, thinking about a group, put it out there, because you may get new members that are prospective new members right away. And I have my top 10, PR is #1. And if you don't do that, you're losing folks that might have an interest that wouldn't even know that you're starting. So it's not just PR, it's also talking about all the things that Esther, thank you. She did a whole bunch of things that are part of my top 10. And it is recognition, it is recruiting, but also recognizing the value, what they bring to the new group. If you are caught up in all the paperwork, you're going to lose people. And I agree with you that it's not everything goes into a memorandum of understanding. Some clubs want that. Some people will want that. Others don't want to have anything to do with it. So you really have to go with what do the folks want? And everybody's different. You have to try to start a group and see where are your strengths, where are your weaknesses, and really go with that. So I just, I welcome all of you for being here. I'm happy to talk with any of you. Please go back to your districts if they have not had. I've done 2 new club development workshops this year, which is not very much. A couple of years ago, I did 10. So there's been an interest, I think, more in new voices, more in NAMI, more in other things. But we're all working towards the same thing, so we all can do that, work together. So please tell your governors or tell the folks to put in a request for a workshop, because it doesn't cost you anything, it costs you time, and we're working together.
Thank you. Right now, I have to thank 3 people. First VDC, Linda, second VDC, Alan, and Govind Sai. These 3 people are taking our pictures, making our program live, and sending out to the whole world. And the whole world knows through Zoom right now, right? And it will go through Facebook also. They know what we are doing in this cold day in San Jose, in a beautiful historical building in expansion. The reason I interacted with so many of you is unless and until we open up ourselves, nobody will understand us. Nobody will understand us. They will assume, okay, Rajen is like this, or Manil is like that, or Alan is like that. But you go, speak up, open up. You have a warm heart, right? We all have a warm heart. Express. Wild heart. And then when you said, like, there's only one race, human race, that dust. When Esther was talking about her experience when she was riding lion, when she was speaking, 4 of you were in tears. 4 of you. When you were shedding tears, there were 4 other people who were. We make an impact when we do things. When I do something that gives an impression to somebody, right, Jim?
Yes.
Yes. It touches. It touches. So when we are stepping up as a leader, leader doesn't mean you have to be the district governor or you have to be an international man. Leader means what? Wherever you are and where you are leading in a nice way, as a perfect human being, with love, with respect, with courtesy, with generosity, with open heart. When you shake hand, how do you shake hand? We recognize people when we shake hand. Right, doctor? We recognize when we shake hand. Strong bonding has to come from our heart. We become happy. We are in the Lions world because we want to connect with every human being. Only one race, that is human race. Now, there are some programs which we have lined up that will make you feel very interested, but right now I'll be inviting some of the coordinators who have gone few miles, approached, connected, talked, and made an impact, and they're going to talk about their success story, what they're going to do, how many clubs we have chartered, how many clubs we are going to charter for our California. So far, we have chartered 1 club in New York, 1 club in Connecticut. We have chartered 2 clubs in L3, 2 Korean Lions Club. William Yoon, PDG, has already chartered 2 clubs. And then now we will hear from our coordinator who have really worked hard, connected with the people like you, and who have brought and who are going to bring results. First, I would like to invite Manil first.
Thank you, Rajen. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Just give me a minute. I will just sharing the video. Just our friend just talked about that
California song is a parade.
Yeah.
I was looking and searching that video. Because I was in that parade. And California.
All right.
Yes. And this song was led by that gentleman. Okay, anyway, thank you very much. I have some reports. Actually, I'm following the protocol. LCI Specialty Area 1 Coordinator, past District Governor, Rajen Thapa. MD4 Specialty Club Coordinator, immediate past District Governor, Thelma. LCI Specialty Club Coordinator, PDG Study, past Region Chair Lakshmi Chaudhary, Zone Chair Mangal Taman, immediate past Council Chair Bob, District Governors, past District Governors, Cabinet Officers, Club Presidents, fellow Lions, and all invited ladies and gentlemen. As a LCI Specialty Club Coordinator, the ultimate goal of this program today, the only thing is we want members. We want members to LCI. Why we need members? We need members so that we have more hands for the service. So our focus is to bring clubs or to bring members. The ultimate goal is we need to bring members as the area 1 and area 2, according to immediate past District Governor Thelma and PDG Esther told that we decreased 50% from 300,000, say from 600,000 members to 300,000. So we need members and we need to grow lines in area 1 and area 2. So as a LCI coordinator, I want to say that in District 4C3, I'm working, we have one upcoming club charter. Actually, we have a couple meetings with the proposed club president. His name is Uttam Karki. And we have also proposed a club name, that is Martinez Machapusre Lions Club. So that is the club name is under the mountain of Nepal. That is the Machapusre is the mountain. It is already is also called the Fistel. And unfortunately, the proposed charter president mother died, so he need to go to Nepal, and maybe after 2 or 3 weeks he will be back. And we have already the membership list of 26 members with right now in my hand. I think I give here, but it is 26. And hopefully, when he came back, within maybe it's already 7 to 8 days, his mother died, and when he will be back after a week or 2, we will organize a group meeting and we will process the chartering the club to our district and LCI. So this is the current development of one club in District 4C3, and we have a couple more, and another LCI coordinator will address you about that. And this club the sponsor club for this will be our host club, my club, Berkeley Annapurna, and I would like to thank President Lion Govind Sai. He's there. So I want to share one thing with you also. Just like we are decreasing here in Constitution 1 and 2, we are decreasing the member. In the same way, in Nepal, in 325 district, in 325 B1, district 325 B1, district governor Lion Indu Lamsal was honored by international president in Isame night for chartering 108 clubs in Nepal, 108 clubs on half of our year, of half on our tenure. It's only 6 months since he has been a district governor, and he has already chartered 108 clubs. So we need to think a lot. We need to think why we are decreasing in America. We need to think so, especially our LCI specialty chair, past international director Satyakam, our LCI specialty area 1 coordinator, Lion Rajen Thapa, including all of us, need to work hard, and they are working all every day and night to grow members. So we all need to grow members, even though if we are not able to give a club, think about member extension in a club, at least 10%. My district governor tell us that at least one club need to extend members at least 10%. So we can raise the membership goal in that way also. Without wasting the time, thank you very much. I take a long time.
Thank you, Mr. Esther. You all have a pen, right? And notebook in front of you. Please start writing. As of December 5, 2019, as of December 5th, 2019, 1,687 specialty Lions clubs have been chartered with 49,881 members. 49,881 members. This is the headquarter report as of December 5th, and 80 clubs are pending to be chartered. Then, as of December 5th, 80 clubs it was pending. So you can add that also. So we have moved on. Today is January 4th.
This is worldwide.
Right, worldwide. So Manil came and said he's going to charter and he's ready. So he talked about his success story. He bragged about what he has done for District 463. After all, this is for category. So congratulations and thank you, Manil, for your hard work. You went and you are good people. All you did was what? Second. And say, you can do it. Believe in others. Trust others. Believe in others. Look into their eyes and say, wow, Zain, you can do it. You can do a tennis club if it does, right? All you need to do. And then give them support. I now invite Lakshmi Chaudhary to give her report and brag about what she has done.
Good afternoon on the line, dignitaries. It's my great honor and privilege to hear the report of the especially from, and thank you so much, PDG Thelma, and thank you so much, PDG Rajen Thapa. And especially Little Club, Lions Club, training program. And this is very special for me because when I'm here and I learn lots of things and I'm also inspired and motivated. What I was before, yeah, I think I'm like spelling club coordinator, but from now I'm very much inspired and I'm very much motivated, and I would like to give my more time to the Lions Club International. As for the responsibility given to me by Lions Club International as a specialty club coordinator, I have talked, discussed, and taken part in interaction on one-on-one on the basis of the groups of different ethnic groups, professional and people from different walks of the life for the expansion, and growth of new specialty Lions Club. So we are working on one Lions Club in District 463. Not just I'm working, because we are working. We have a group. We have here the specialty coordinator, Manil Babu Esther. We have a Mangal Tamang. We have a PDG Listali. We have a PDG Thelma. So one Lions Club in Alameda, and that is the Native Lions Club, and we are working on that. And we will update the charter date very soon. Thank you so much again for this opportunity to about the specialty club coordinator. And thank you so much, our President Govind Sahi, because he already promised that we are giving the one club in this, for the District 463 from the Batili Annapurna. Now we have two clubs for the District 463. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good job. Congratulations. And best of luck, Thelma.
I'll be talking about 3 minutes. Why? Top 6 minutes. Time is passing now. Distinguished guests, all IPDG, President, and fellow Lions. I would not have met you, known you, if I was not a Lion. I would not have met you, known you, if I was not a Lion. And I am thankful with each and everyone for your support, encouragement, friendship, and I feel you all are my family. I'd like to recognize my club president, Rajen, and club treasurer, Jan, and secretary Jan, who is with Sunnyvale Everest Lions Club and supporting from the day one. At this moment, I would like to recognize PCC Bob Stewart, who is the one who stood behind to charter Sunnyvale Everest Lions Club. We are growing and we are on the process of forming new Lions Club, Silicon Valley Culinary Lions Club. We have 12 members coming up from the Stanford Hospital. Lisa was on her way, her tire punctured today, she couldn't be here. Each and every day, I'm talking all the new people I met and introduced. And my goal is to bring new line members to our district, to make our district stronger, provide more community service. And for our new Lions Club, maybe I should announce or not, but I'm gonna talk, I like to whisper. I'm looking for guiding line, looking for sponsoring Lions Club. If you would like to be one, please let me know. Once I have that, and I'll put together, and I want to invite for our charter event to be announced Thank you very much for my mentor, for my brother, for always supporting me when I'm down and always encouraging me. I wouldn't be here without him today. Since I become a lion, I share a lot of my personal things and stories. Our PDG Thelma knows, and line coordinator, especially coordinator Manil, we talked a lot. Since I become myself stronger and better and looking forward more. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Congratulations, Mama. You are a fantastic grassroots leader. Now I invite PDG to lead. What you have in your Pandora's box?
We have, so far we have one Pacific Islander club, but it will be mixed, but they will be called Pacific Islander. Now they're thinking of changing their name, but they're all set. This one is complete. We're just waiting for the right time. And then we have one that's a branch club of, this is out of the country. And they are doing hunger. They are retirees from the United States, but they are doctors, lawyers, engineers, and nurses. And what they do is they provide food. They do hunger. So they go to different places instead of being one. So now that they will be lions, they will be more focused because we can give them direction. So this one is a branch. And the other branch is a group of less than 30-year-olds. One taking medicine, she's in her internship. And the other is a psychology student. The other one is, they're all in school, so all less than 30. So they will be a branch. And finally, a police. Short of 4 more people. We had to get permission from the chief of police. And then what happens was, instead of us approaching all of them, he assigned somebody to do it for us. And then when this guy got so busy, he's short of 4, somebody wanted to take over, but he won't relinquish. He wants to do it himself. So we have to count on him again, keep working. We're short of 4 for a police department specialty club. They will work specifically with the community because the community doesn't look up to the police, you know that. So we want them to work with them, have a good rapport with the community. So this is the function that I told her, not the chief, but the one next to them on 17th Street. So we have gone there many times. And so just 4 more people, and there will be a police Lions Club.
What city?
San Francisco.
She's coming with 4 clubs. Wow, congratulations. San Francisco. San Francisco. IPDG, Thelma. We like to hear how many clubs are coming from your Pandora's box. Esther came with 4.
4?
We did it.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. I'll take her 3 and then I'll
raise you 1.
I'll raise Okay, so we have the Fiji Club, the Tonga Club, the Vista Club, the Fitness Club, and then the Community Club that I think it's women support women. Teresa? So 5 right there.
The culinary.
Oh, Mongol. That's Mongol.
That's through Mongol.
That's Mongol.
Pocket.
Yes, but I will help on God, because I told him that the focus of the culinary is to prepare a diabetic menu for Thelma. Yeah.
Thank you. So the whole idea is, go and tell somebody, make him or feel great. Go and say that you believe in his or her leadership, trust, understand, and then give every support that he or she needs. And fantastic leadership. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Isn't it curious that when Rajen went around and talked to people and they said they feel special, and we're talking about specialty clubs,
Yeah.
there's a tie.
Yes, we're special.
Thank you. So there are more interesting things coming up from my Pandora's box. So Bob Stewart, we were co-governors, 17, 18 centennial governors. So because of him, we founded Sunnyvale Leathers Lions Club, and we have a Hope Center where we are running student class, Chautari, and LCI magazine also carrying the whole story, our interview, our activity. So I would like to hear from our past council chair. We were co-governor, a very good friend of mine, Bob Stewart. Please come forward and talk about your attachment with the Specialty Lions Club, Sunnyvale Leathers Lions Club. Please. Name. Al, you're lined up, okay?
So I was honored to be asked by Rajen to participate, but it was really your leadership that introduced us to the new community of Nepalese in the Sunnyvale, Palo Alto, Mountain View area, and also the Milpitas area, and we started a new Lions Club. So we met a couple of times to introduce ourselves. We had 4 or 5 of the Lions leaders in the district who just had social interactions, and we asked, what can we do for you? You're new to the United States, you're new in our community, you're already looking at how you can give back to the community, but what can we do for you? And that established a bonding relationship. The more we worked with them and helped them, the more they helped us. We had a couple of incredibly good Lions that stayed with them. Bob the Younger was one, our past district governor, and my wife Becky. And as you can attest, they were there for every club meeting, provided advice to council and so on. Key to success of any new club, whether it's a specialty club or whatever, Mongol, you belong here, is I think to establish a bonding, networking relationship going forward, or the club just doesn't fit in, especially specialty clubs just don't fit in. So they have to feel like they belong to the district, that they are the district membership, and that's a two-way conversation, a two-way networking that must happen or the club will not be successful. And what was also crucial, I think, with the Sunnyvale Evers Club is they had an immediate passion for helping preserve the culture of their Nepalese people, and their children were growing up in the new country, and they wanted to hold on to really special things that go on in the Nepalese culture, such as dance and language and so on. And so they needed a facility. We found them a facility. We got it for free from Hope Services. And you also had a need relative to Nepalese having difficulty because they're in a foreign country and they're trying to pass the DMV driving test. And so we needed the DMV manual interpreted or somehow solving so that they could take the test and pass the test and drive so they could get a job in the United States. And through talking to the DMV in Sacramento and on, we found a compromise which was acceptable to the community up and down the state. And that was resolved. So they got a facility and they got the driving test resolved, and we developed a bonding relationship and we became participants in a lot of the ongoing 4C6 events and now the MD4 events and so on. And so they're as part of our, after 3 or 4 short years, they're part of our district as any club in our district has ever been. And we've got clubs that are 90 towards 100 years old, but you are family. I think of you as brothers and sisters, and hopefully you feel reciprocally toward me. And I think that's what it takes.
Thank you very much. I call him brother, Nick. We were governor together, 17, 18. We went around and said, do you need a Nepalese Lions Club? He said, yes. And we've started Sacramento Nepalese Lions Club. So I would like to invite PDG, Nick, to talk his attachment, like Bob just expressed his, Yeah, come here. You're PDG, Centennial.
First, I gotta say something about this guy. This is his shtick, since I met him. He invites you someplace. I really want you to be there. Say a few words. First time I met him was at a COG meeting, and you ever meet somebody, male or female, and you know there's a connection there, and it's gonna be lifelong? This is this guy. So he invites me to the installation of his new governor. We're seconds. We are nobody. And he said, I put you on the dais, I want you to speak. What? So Dr. Arcone goes, I don't know who this guy is, but the second DDG wants to speak. Very short. So I got up there and I said, hi, everybody. Goodbye. So this is what he does to you. I wound up being a keynote speaker at a convention one time. Didn't know what I was doing. He wants me to talk about my Nepalese club. Our Nepalese club is in turmoil right now. It's having a lot of problems. Exactly what you talked about today, identity, who we are, where we belong, and everything else. And so it's been a struggle. But I want to key on something else that you talked about in terms of relations and building relations. 2 of my compadres are in here, PCC Bob and Lion Balgany in the back. We are all representatives of California Lions Foundation, all right? In my district, there is a guy who's named Andy Anderson, past district governor, and he's in charge of LCIF, Lions Clubs International Foundation. We could be knocking heads. We're knocking on the same doors for money. We're not doing that. We are working together. We had a fundraiser in one of our clubs. It was nothing but desserts. $2,600. We split in half to both entities. We're having a bowling tournament that's coming up. We're putting it together too, so that we're going to take that money, put it in LCIF under the name of the district, LCIF and CLF under the name of the district. And I'm encouraging our district governor to give out Cape Fukushima awards. He's going to be going for male majority. Work together. That's the big thing. Work together. Is that okay, boss? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Berkeley Lions Club is the oldest Lions Club. They celebrated 100 years. So this is 101 years, 2 years. So we were there. They had a fantastic centennial celebration. And Al Satake has been in Lions Club for 40 years. 40 years. And since we started our Annapurna Berkeley Lions Club in 2006, we
chartered. Since then, he's our guiding light. And he has seen all the Nepalese Lions Club, this facility Lions Club, growing, struggling, thick and thin days and all that. So I now invite a very good friend of mine, Al-Sadaki, who has seen specific clubs, especially Nepalese Lions Club, very closely. He has observed, he has felt it, and talks it straight. And I want him to talk straight like Nick did.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Rajen. As Lion Nick said, I'm just a sidekick for Rajen because he always invites you to come along and always say a few words. Then this morning I said, Rajen, what am I supposed to say? And I said, well, you gotta just talk from the heart. I said, okay, well, what's that mean? But one thing, as you all heard, he was the charter president of the Opera Lions Club. So he was the Opera Lions Club was the first specialty club. And those days when they were first chartered, there was no specialty club, but they were the very first. And with Rajen's connection through his school, Ikari, and all the Nepalese people that have immigrated to the U.S. and they're all across the United States. So they're not only in California, and that's where his connection and getting all these Lions Clubs. And I think the international family basically looked at that and said, wow, how is he chartering all these clubs and they're not even in his district, they're not even in his state. And Sanjay Katan is a very good friend of mine too, and an even better friend to Rajen. And I think he took that on too as to a way of increasing members for Lions International, since he's up there in the international family. But as Rajen said, that the Nepalese and especially they have problems. Okay, as they are formed and they have growing problems, they have sometimes difference of opinion among members, but they kind of work it out. They work it out. So as a side story to what I would like to say about the specialty club, I was fortunate enough to go on a goodwill trip with Rajen and his family to Thapa. And there was a team of 9, and we actually went to dispense eyeglasses there in eye camp. But when the 9 days that I was there for 2 weeks. 3 weeks, I'm sorry, I was there for 3 weeks. Every day, Lion Rajen either had a interview with the television, newspaper, or radio. And he always invited me to go along, so I had to sit off to the side while he was doing this interview in Nepalese. But it was very enjoyable. I got to meet a lot of dignitaries there. I don't think they will remember me, but it was very interesting to find out how Rajen as well is respected even in Nepal. Nepal, even though he's immigrated here and now he's a U.S. citizen, but he's still respected highly in Nepal. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and that's short now.
Thank you. Now I invite Rajen Sahi, President of Berkeley Pune My World Club. He's stepping up, so we'll see him as a district leader in the years to come. So he also has promised to give one club, and let's see what he has in his store.
Namaste, good evening. Lakshmi already said we already have a 2 club from Annapurna, but now you want me to do one more. We'll try. No harm in trying, right? First of all, thank you all very much for giving me the opportunity here, especially specialty club members, faculties, I have to say faculties to Rajen, PDG Thelma, and PDG Esther, and all of you, the club president, past president of the club. I'm not sure what I'm going to do to form one more spirituality club, but I will try and keep on talking. Like Rajen says, go and shake hands with the people and see if they are interested, would jive with me. I'll keep on talking. I have 6 more months to go. So hopefully I'll get somebody interested. But so far, I'm just talking to them. Thank you.
Thank you, President Rajen. Do you feel, any one of you, what am I doing here? I'm neglected. I'm not being given a space. Anybody? I don't think. But I have got 2 people here who I want them to talk. We have a wonderful lady right here. Very interesting. Yes. See how you're feeling just now. Happy to be here. You are glad that you are here. From the heart.
She's so glad that she fills out an application for membership.
There is no scientific mediation when we connect human beings. There is no capsule, there is no tablet, there is no injection. To connect with human beings, you have the best mediation. That mediation is eyes. Look into the eyes with lots of respect, with lots of grace. Dave, you told me you can call me Dave, right? Talk about how you are feeling.
I was amazed how good that it's something like making a difference in a person's life. I like it.
You like it, you're happy, you
I'm happy, I love it.
So you don't feel like you're neglected, giving attention, and all that, right?
We have our second licensing governor, James Vargas, is from District Court City. Wonderful, wonderful leader. He's stepping out the first VDD and very soon to be governor. Talk about how
I'm very happy to be here today on this very special occasion of the Specialty Clubs training program. I see the huge crowd over here supporting this event, and this is a great turning point for Lions Club International. Hundreds and hundreds of clubs are forming every month or every quarter. That's a great thing for Lions Club. And we need to look into that and to move on. And I just want to congratulate Thapa of PDG stepping up to take a leadership in this area, as well as Sandy Keegan for getting the whole office. Thank you.
Thank you. These 2 individuals are the best friends. It's Dr. Jim Valera and James. When James says something, Dr. has to say something.
Well, let me see. When I speak data, I speak the truth, I speak facts. So, when I speak, I think I'll just speak on the experiences, or I'll speak about our district. I think our district is 44. There are 52 Lions clubs, and there are 26 are specialty clubs. So 50% of our clubs are specialty clubs. We have veterans, 2 veterans Lions Club. We have first responders. We have the Special Olympics. We have 10 Filipino American Lions Club. We have these. We have 15 ethnic clubs. We have all these clubs. So the growth, I was just checking why we're here, because of membership. It's a matter of membership and services. And 4C4, last week we are past the 105 net growth. 3 days ago, negative, it passed 95. And yesterday we were we dropped a lot, and we're still past 52. So what I'm saying is there's up and down. When you cannot grow, the only way to grow is to create new clubs or recruit new members. If you retain membership, then you will not grow, but you will maintain your numbers. However, if you discuss with growth, net growth of a club, it is the positive and the negative. It is recruitment and retention. We discussed a lot of recruitment, but we lost a lot of on the retention. We discussed, when I checked our statistics in our district, the net growth in our district is more on the new clubs. 6 clubs alone. Okay, sorry. Thank you.
Great. Now we'll form you in different groups, and then we will give ourselves tasks, and we will see how we are going to start in clubs. Where? What are the avenues? Where are the windows and outlets? And I would like to invite Thelma to lead and choose group leaders for the groups, and then go from there. Quick.
Yeah, it's already 3 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajen. So right now, what we have is look at your notes again, and while it's still fresh in your mind, there is like 5 paper at the back, and there's pen there. You can write down what clubs you're thinking of, and put your name. So that's on the 5 to 10 minutes right now. Oh, hi, Jean. Can she hear us?
Yes.
Jean is online.
Oh, great.
Can we videos?
No, she's not based.
Ah, she's on the audio.
Audio only. While they're doing that exercise.
Okay, so hi, Jeannie. And so if you can write down the ideas that you have and write your name. And if you're, before you leave, you can do the evaluation. There's also a sheet of paper that I'd like you to think and bring with you, is the 100 service ideas. You can take that from this table.
This camera here. That's back up, back up.
Hi, Zeni.
Hey, hello.
Great. We're having great workshop now in the middle of formation of groups right now.
Yes, I saw that. I just signed on about, maybe 15 minutes ago, so.
Excellent. So we have Zini Ewert from LCI headquarters, our program specialist, talking to us right now. You say a few words from LCI, Zini.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for letting me say anything right now. I see you have a great group there, and I'm really appreciative that you're all together and to discuss the Specialty Clubs program as part of your membership development strategies. I invite anyone to, of course, if you have any questions, let me know. Email the Specialty Clubs mailbox, or do you have any questions right now? Is there anything that came up during the meeting or during the seminar that I can help answer now?
At this point, it was very interactive. We are in the middle of forming groups, and we'll come out with more ideas. But all the coordinators gave us report that at least 10 plus clubs will be chartered within few weeks or a month from California.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes. Exactly.
Also, I just wanted to bring to your attention that just just within the last week or so, surveys have gone out to specialty club coordinators and also to global action team leaders, and asking questions about the specialty clubs program. And the purpose of the survey, or the responses, will help us to develop the program as it moves from a pilot phase to a new program initiative beginning in July of 2020. So please check your email boxes, and your responses to those surveys would really be appreciated.
Okay, we'll do that. Yes.
Thank you.
When were the surveys sent out?
When was the survey sent?
The Global Action Team survey went out just maybe 2 days ago,
Okay.
and the one to the coordinators about a week before that. I have to admit my days are, I'm a little confused on my days with the holidays.
I know.
But I believe that the coordinators survey went out on the 30th.
We'll
If
look
my
into it.
memory is good, yeah.
Okay, we'll look into
Okay.
it. Yeah. Excellent. And then had a fantastic workshop. Attendance was great. Past council chair, PDGs, sitting GMT, GLT leaders, specific coordinators, and then all excited members who are going to charter the clubs, who are going to be charter presidents, are here right now, and they are listening to you, Jenny.
Okay, good. So PDG Rajen, please send me like a little summary report of because I only did sign in for a short amount of time, and let me know, any of the exciting news, and also, again, any questions or suggestions on the program that, again, might help to develop next year's program.
Sure, and in the report, we will be also sending you how many clubs are going to be chartered by which coordinator, so that we can have a clear picture for us, for California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. And I will pass that on to PID Catan as well. I'm sure he'll be very excited to hear all the good news coming out of this workshop.
Yes.
Okay.
He knows. Yeah, we're in touch.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is via Zoom. Video conference is being recorded, and then our first VDG, Linda, and second VDG, Alan, they worked hard. They're right here as, journalists, wonderful, fantastic. So it's recorded. It will be sent to you also, Jenny.
Okay, very good. I think that with that, I'd again like to say thank you for holding the seminar or the workshop, and I am going to sign off now, but again, don't hesitate to contact me and send me any, questions or requests for information, okay?
Wonderful. Thank you, Jenny, for every assistance you have provided us.
Okay, thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.